The following is a sports presentation of WQXX 106.1 Moorhead. Rowan County Vikings basketball is on the air. Join the voice of the Vikings, Tanner Hesterberg, all season long as he brings you the Vikings' quest for another 16th Region Championship. Let's go courtside to Tanner Hesterberg. Vikings basketball is on the XX 106.1.
Good evening from LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Moorhead State University in Moorhead, Kentucky. It's the championship game of the boys' 16th Region Basketball Tournament as the Rowan County Vikings square off with the Ashland Tomcats. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tanner Hesterberg along with Thunder Dan Griffin and courtside reporter Mike Williams. Since the beginning of the season, this is the matchup everyone in the 16th Region has been waiting for. However, it's not the first time this year Rowan and Ashland have faced each other. The Vikings whipped the Tomcats 81-67 back on February 8th at Cooper Gym in Moorhead at a time when Ashland big man Chris Johnson was sidelined with a wrist injury. But now Johnson is back, and Ashland hasn't lost a game since then, winning 6 straight, including, Dan, a hard-fought 61-55 triumph over Elliott County in the semifinals on Friday night.
Oh, absolutely. You look at that game, and it was a kind of a contrast of styles. Elliott going to get off to a fast start by getting away from what had gotten him there, and that was beating the low post and Jacob Eisen. They went away from that strategy, and credit Ashland for being able to clamp down on the big guy. Eisen was able to make a comeback. It was basically a tit-for-tat ball game from there on out. Rowan County just went out and whooped Lewis County, and they did so by using their defense. They allowed 15 points in that first quarter, just 14 the rest of the way in a 60-29 triumph. And you look at this game, and it's going to come down to Ashland's ability to execute in the half court because Rowan County's defense is going to shut down this full court attack.
Well said, Dan. Rowan County in search of its first 16th Region Championship since 2005, while Ashland Blazer hasn't hoisted the regional championship trophy since 2002. A trip to Rupp Arena and the Sweet 16 is on the line tonight at Johnson Arena. Our pregame show is brought to you by Downtown BP on the corner of Flemingsburg Road and Main Street in Moorhead. Downtown BP is open 24/7 for your convenience, and whether you need gas, groceries, snacks, and more, BP has you covered. Check out their new drive-through window. Locally owned and operated, Downtown BP wishes all the teams best of luck in this year's 16th Region Tournament. Well, stay tuned. Our pregame coverage continues with an interview with Vikings head coach Sean Thacker when we continue on the XX 106.1. Welcome back to Johnson Arena. It's the championship game of the boys' 16th Region Basketball Tournament. Rowan County taking on Ashland Blazer tonight. I'm Tanner Hesterberg, joined with Rowan head coach Sean Thacker. Sean, the game you waited all season on, and a game that you look forward to coaching in your entire career, 16th Region Championship tonight against Ashland Blazer. What are your thoughts heading into it?
Well, I'm extremely proud of our kids. It's been 3 years of hard work and dedication. I'm proud that our kids bought in, and they believed in us all along, even when we were the first year and even last year. Part of the way through the year we were struggling, and at times you think people could be doubting what you're doing and how you're doing it and all that stuff. But our kids, I think, stood by us all the way. You're always going to have doubting Thomases, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing in this life. And our kids were they believed in what we're doing, and they believed in us as coaches, and we believed in them. We took Adam Wing and stuck him out there when he was a pup, and we knew he had a chance to be a special player, and he stayed the course, and he's believed in us all along, and he's a great leader, and I'm proud of our kids, and all the hard work that it took to get to this point. People don't know, for 32 minutes, all the days, going to the weight room and the open gyms and running on the track and going and playing summer ball and playing 4 games in one day and dead dog tired and staying in a hotel in Frankfurt and, playing 11 days out of 12, in the summer and just being exhausted when it was over with. But, that's the kind of work that these kids put into this. That's the kind of dedication level that they have. And, we're getting to see some fruits of our labor.
You beat Ashland Blazer in the regular season back on February 8th, 81-67, a game that was at Cooper Gym. You had the home court advantage, plus they were without Chris Johnson. Now you move to a neutral court. Johnson's back, and Ashland hasn't lost since then. How are they a different team since you played them?
Well, I think they're a little bit different with him in there naturally because they don't have a whole lot of post subs. So, and he gives them an inside presence defensively, rebounding the basketball, and offensively as well. So, he adds another dimension to them. But I think our team's gotten better since we played them too. I think Coach Biggs will say his team's gotten better too. So a month ago, that's still a long time. I think we both found out different things about our team that night, and what a good coach will do is go back and start sharpening up some things that you think you got to do better if you want to be successful in the postseason. I think both teams are ready. I think both teams will be well prepared tonight, and we're ready to go play. We've got we can do it different ways. We got a lot of versatility as far as defensively and offensively. I like our balance on the offensive end. Any of our 5 guys can go for double figures. Any of them can lead us in scoring, and we got multiple ways to find ways to get defensive stops. If we continue to rebound the basketball and get the stops, we'll find a way to score enough points to win. But, if we don't do that, then it could be a long night for us because, the way they get up down the floor and they can score points in a hurry, it could put a lot of pressure on you.
Tonight, a win would give you, as a coach, your first regional championship and trip to the Sweet 16. What would that mean to you?
Well, if you're a high school basketball coach in the state of Kentucky, it means everything. You do this, and, as an assistant coach, I've sat on a bench twice and got beat in the finals. As a young player, as a freshman, sophomore, sat on a bench of where we got beat in the finals twice. Virgie and Todd May were pretty good. They had a good basketball team, and 4 times being a runner-up. AAU state tournaments, I've got about 3 of those runner-ups. Get all the way to the championship game. So 3 Class A state runner-ups. So I'm used to runner-ups, but I'd like to get this one off my back and put this on the resume, and then that would be something. I think that solidifies anybody when you start talking about winning championships, winning regional titles. I think that's one of those things that every coach dreams of, and you wouldn't be in this business if you didn't want to go coach a game at Rupp Arena.
That's Rowan County head coach Sean Thacker. The Vikings battling Ashland Blazer tonight in the title game of the 16th Region Tournament. Our pregame show continues next on the Double X 106.1. It's the Rowan County Vikings and the Ashland Blazer Tomcats duking it out for the 16th Region Championship tonight at Johnson Arena in Moorhead. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the Moorhead Christway Church of God on 6285 US 60 West in Moorhead, a local church with a worldwide vision. That's Moorhead Christway Church of God, 207-0970. Ashland's starting lineup consists of 2 guards and 3 forwards. At one guard, a 6-foot senior averaging 16 points and 2 rebounds per game. He can light it up in a hurry. It's number 20, Dylan Delaney. The other guard, a 6-foot junior averaging 11 points and 3 rebounds per game, number 30, Ryan Wetzel. At one forward, a 6'3 junior averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds per game, number 12, Cody Withrow. At another forward, a 6'4 junior averaging 18 points and 11 rebounds per game, number 23, Corey Gregg. And at the other forward for Ashland Blazer, and rounding out the starting lineup, is a 6'3 senior averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds per game, number 34, Chris Johnson. Again, the starters for Ashland Blazer. The guards are Delaney and Wetzel, and the forwards are Withrow, Gregg, and Johnson. Ashland Blazer, of course, the all-time winningest basketball program in the history of Kentucky. Their head coach in his 5th year is Buddy Biggs, a record of 99-55. They won the 64th district. Their record is 24-6, and they're winners of 6 straight. They beat Russell in the opening round of the 16th Region Tournament, 82-51, and then defeated Elliott County in the semifinals, 61-55. The last time Ashland won the 16th Region was 2002. They beat a Rose Hill team, 56-48. Rose Hill had O.J. Mayo and Bill Walker then. Turning to the Rowan County ledger, they will start 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. At one guard, a 5'10 junior, averaging 14 points, 2 rebounds, 4.4 assists per game, and 3 steals per game, number 11, DJ Townsend. At the other guard, a 5'8 senior, averaging 10 points and 3 rebounds per game, number 32, Darrell Cross Jr. At one forward, a 6'4 junior, averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds per game, number 12, Adam Wing. At the other forward, a 6'2 junior averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds per game, number 15, Jason Egan. And at center for Rowan County, a 6'7 senior averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game, number 1, Corey Hunter. Recapping the starters for Rowan County, the guards are Townsend and Cross, the forwards are Wing and Egan, and the center is Hunter. Rowan County will be in search of their first regional title since 2005. They actually beat Ashland in the regular season 81-67 at home. That was on February 8th, but Ashland was without their big man Chris Johnson. Rowan County's head coach, of course, is Sean Thacker in his third year. Rowan County's record 26-5 on the season. They've won 11 straight games, and that winning streak is the third longest in the state of Kentucky. Taking a look at how they got here in the 16th region tournament. Opening round, they beat West Carter 68-58. And then just absolutely destroy Lewis County in the semifinals, 60-29. We're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off between the Rowan County Vikings and the Ashland Blazer Tomcats in tonight's 16th Region Championship game. Of course, the winner will punch their ticket to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena in a couple of weeks. Stay with us for continuing complete coverage of this tournament on the XX 106.1. Welcome back to LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Morehead State University. Courtside with Thunder Dan Griffin. I'm Tanner Hesterberg. We're also joined by our courtside reporter Mike Williams. It's Rowan County taking on Ashland Blazer in the championship game of the boys' 16th Region Basketball Tournament. A trip to Rupp Arena on the line tonight. Dan, we'll bring you in now for your pregame thoughts. I mean, Rowan County, the third hottest team record-wise in the state of Kentucky, winning 11 straight, but since Ashland lost that pair of games to Elliott and Rowan County back in early February, they haven't lost a game. So it's hard to figure this one out.
Well, you said it very, very well at the beginning of the game, beginning of the broadcast. These are the two teams that everybody, all the pundits, circled as the teams to beat, and MaxPreps.com backs it up. Rowan County comes into this game 30th in the state compared to Ashland at number 44. Those are by far and away the two highest rankings in the 16th region. And Tanner, I mean, it seems very fitting that we have Ashland and Rowan County, two stalwarts in the 16th region as far as historical success, on the 50th anniversary of Ashland cutting down the nets. And I'm going to assume that they still had the tournament back then in Lexington at Rupp Arena, but 1961, the last time a 16th region team. So it seems very fitting on the year that they're honoring the Tomcats, and the Tomcats are playing here. And having seen a lot of teams across the state this season, and exclusively here in the 16th region, I can unequivocally say these are the two best teams. And Ashland fans would point out, and rightly so, that this starting five hasn't lost in the region this year. That's true, because we've mentioned it already. Ashland, when they lost to Rowan County back on February 8th, it was an 81-67 swing in favor of Rowan County. Ashland was without Chris Johnson, and that was a big loss in their lineup. The 6'3 senior averages 12 points and 5 rebounds per game. So he's back in the lineup tonight. Ashland's at full strength. Rowan County's at full strength. We've got a near-packed house here at Johnson Arena. It's not too late. Come out, bring your radio to the ball game. This is going to be a good one. One of those games you live for, not only as a player and a coach, but in our situation as a broadcaster. Starting five for both teams out on the court. Rowan County decked out in their home white uniforms, green trim and black numerals. Ashland Blazer, their traveling maroon uniforms, white trim and white numerals. Your officials for tonight's Titanic struggle out of the 15th region, Wendell Wallen, Johnny Webb, and Mike Hall. The 6'7" Corey Hunter will jump center circle for Rowan County. Ashland sends the 6'4" Corey Gregg, who transferred his sophomore year from Rose Hill. The official Wendell Wallen into center circle, ready to tip it up, and we're just about ready for action here in the boys' 16th region championship game. Ball in the air. Rowan County wins the tap as Hunter knocks it back to Adam Wing. He'll hand off to DJ Townsend, brings it into center court. Rowan County working right to left on your radio dial here in this first half. Ashland Blazer opens up in a man-to-man. Townsend rolls to his left, throws an alley-oop pass down low. Wing catches it, loses the handle, got it to Hunter, who couldn't put it in. Ashland Blazer comes down with the rebound as Withrow grabbed it. Withrow throws on the far side for Delaney. Here comes Dillon racing into front court. Throw it to the right elbow. Finds Johnson. Johnson takes it in, just as it down low to Gregg, who scores. And Johnson's had a quiet tournament just coming back from injury as they've worked him back in the lineup. But he is so important because he allows Corey Gregg to dominate the post because he also commands attention.
Correction, they give that last basket to Johnson. Ashland 2-0. Townsend drains a three for Rowan County. They take the lead 3-2. 3-2 Vikings, a minute gone here in the first quarter of the 16th Region Championship game. Delaney with it on the right wing for the Tomcats. Passes on the far side to Withrow. 2-3 Rowan County zone as it comes near side now to Wetzel. Wetzel back to the left hash and Delaney. Cross goes out to pick him up. They whip it back to Wetzel. Wetzel drives in, finds Delaney. Long three, missed it. Rebound Corey Hunter for Rowan County. Hunter near side outlet to Townsend. Middle of the floor. Townsend running to the offensive end. Finds Egan left corner. Drives left baseline. Puts up the 5-footer. Good.
And Jason Egan showcasing a little bit of that offensive skill known as a jump shooter all year. Puts it on the ground and hits the floater.
5-2 Rowan County. Ashland into the front court. Left baseline jumper. Withrow is good.
And that's going to be a challenge for Rowan County to get into that tandem zone is right there. The Tomcats beat him down and got the easy look.
Right wing three for Darryl Cross. He missed it. Offensive rebound. Hunter lost it. Ashland comes out of there with it. Wetzel over the timeline on the near side. 2-on-1. Wetzel to the basket. Cut off by Townsend. And then DJ able to strip him of it. And Wetzel touched it last as it went out of bounds. It goes back to the Vikings. A fine defensive play by DJ Townsend.
And that's what Rowan County is going to do. They're going to try to ramp up Ashland, who's going to try to even go faster to beat that zone back. And when John Wooden said, be quick but don't hurry. They hurried that time and made the mistake.
Townsend dribbling on the Moorhead State emblem near midcourt. Checked by Withrow, and the Blazer man-to-man. Throws left side to Cross, top of the circle wing. Throws on the right hash to Townsend. Egan pops out to catch it. Shoots a three. That's no good. Top of the circle. Withrow the rebound for the Tomcats. Withrow brings it up himself across the timeline. Now to the far hash. He's cut off by Egan. Throws on the right side. Caught by Delaney. Open three. Got it.
You can't give him any sort of space because he is a deadly shooter. 17 points on the season, Tanner, but he has been on fire here this weekend.
7-5 Tomcats with a 2-point lead, 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Townsend on the left hash, throws on the far side to Cross, back to Townsend now, guarded by Withrow. Blazer man-to-man, Townsend down the lane, kick it out Egan, left corner three, missed it. Offensive rebound Corey Hunter, out of bounds, it goes to Ashland Blazer.
And credit Hunter for taking it away from Greg. He just ran out of real estate when he finally was able to corral the offensive rebound.
Rowan County going to press now. Ashland inbounds to Wetzel, three-quarters court. Wetzel throws back to Delaney. Now they get it back to Wetzel. Over to Delaney. They cross the timeline and beat the 10-second count. Wetzel with a standing dribble on the right hash. Fires across to Delaney. Rowan County still in a 2-3 zone as Wetzel gets it back on the near side. Top of the circle, Delaney. They work it left side to Withrow. Withrow to the left elbow. That's Johnson. Taken away by Adam Wing. 2-on-2. Wing bounce past Townsend. Left block. Layup good for DJ.
Leading scorer because he can do just that. He can put it on the ground, and I bet you it's hard to find a faster guy on a different team in the 16th region. 5
points for DJ Townsend. We're tied at 7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter here in the 16th region championship game. Wetzel straight away finds Delaney left side, gets it to the left elbow. Greg drives in, gets fouled as the jump shot wouldn't go from about 12 feet out. He's going to go to the free throw line for two. And Corey Hunter picks up the foul for Rowan County.
He turnstile to Corey Gregg, got him on the hip, and just kind of forced him to go the different way. Not a bad foul.
They're going to say it wasn't a shooting foul. Ashland inbounds, and they throw it away. Stolen by Jason Egan. Here come the Vikings. Egan to Townsend at midcourt. Throws right side. Adam Wing got the three. Put it in his eye.
A great job there by Townsend. He drew a double team as he faked the drive, knowing that he had Wing in his pocket.
Rowan County up 10-7. Ashland with the ball. Gregg, a jumper, missed it. Tip job, no good. Egan the rebound for Rowan County. Near side outlet to Townsend. 2-on-2. DJ take it all the way to the hole, lose the handle on it, but he's bailed out with a foul.
Wetzel came over, tried to cut him off, and in the process made contact with Townsend, which is why he lost the ball. Now we see Kyle Bush come into the game. He'll replace Johnson, and who you can tell is not quite 100% with that offhand. He's kind of wearing, for our Moorhead State program, a very fine bowling establishment, kind of the bowling sleeve on that left arm.
Rowan County inbounds on the offensive end, up 10-7 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Adam Wing has it on the high right. He'll hand off to DJ Townsend, picked up by Bush and the Blazer man-to-man. Townsend throws on the far side to Cross, now hit of the circle wing, guarded by Withrow. Left side, they give it back to Townsend. Bush still on him, wanting to get it down low to Hunter, can't do it. They swing it around the horn to Cross. Far side, Darryl fakes it, now gets it top of the circle. Adam Wing, a three, got another one.
It was a great high screen. Timeout by Buddy Biggs. It is a 30. And I'll leave it up to you, Tanner. What would you like to do?
Let's keep it right here. A 30-second timeout taken by Ashland Blazer. We were tied at 7. Adam Wing, 2 trips up the floor for Rowan County, hits 2 straight threes. He has 6, and Rowan County has a 6-point lead, 13-7 with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. It was a back-and-forth effort for the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game, and then all of a sudden Rowan County exploding with the open 3.
Well, they're doing a nice thing on defense, and that's what's been fueling this, is they put DJ and Darrell in the backcourt. That's slowing down the offensive attack by Ashland, allowing Rowan County to get in what is called a tandem 2-3 zone. You'll notice Darrell crosses the spy. He'll follow wherever the ball goes and use the speed of DJ and Darrell and the length down low to disrupt what Ashland wants to do. That's fueled the transition in the open threes.
Blazer ball coming out of the timeout. They throw it in. They get it to Greg. He takes it to midcourt. Big man trying to bring it up himself. Cut off, left open. Now he'll drive in, take it to the hole and score. Bad defense for Rowan County there.
Well, Corey Hunter could have slid in and tried to take a charge. Instead, he went for the block and missed.
13-9. Rowan County's lead is cut to 4, but the Vikings have the basketball as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Townsend, left baseline drive. Floater good from about 5 feet out.
And credit Corey Hunter, who set a vicious screen on not 1 but 2 Tomcats.
7 points for the DJ. 15-9. Rowan County's lead back up to 6. 2:45 to go first quarter. Greg gets in the lane for Blazer. Fires right baseline. The open man is Johnson. Inside-out game. They get it to the left hash. Open 3. Delaney swish.
And great ball rotation there as it disrupted the 2-3 zone.
That's the second 3 for Dylan Delaney, and then DJ Townsend turns it over. Coming up the court, they call him for the palming violation.
Absolutely. It was kind of a one-on-one type of move where he kind of passed it to himself. And when you're moving that fast, it's easy to do, but credit the officials who stayed with the play and was able to catch the violation.
Ashland with the basketball, down by 3, 15-12. Left to right on your radio dial. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Bush passes free throw line. Greg, jumper, no good. Rebound Adam Wing for Rowan County. Near side outlet for Townsend. Takes it to the middle of the floor, finds a running Darrell Cross, cuts to the basket at the right elbow, cut off by Bush, backs it back out, now finds Adam Wing, right hash, fires left corner to Egan. Egan drives in, tries to bank it up, and gets it to go.
And a great job there by Darrell Cross. A number of players that have tried to force the issue. He backed it out, found the open man, and eventually that was Jason Egan.
Bush at the other end for Blazer, finds Johnson down low, easy layup, and once again, Rowan County's defense breaks down.
They couldn't get back in time, and credit Ashland for ramping it up. They're going to try to push this pace as much as possible.
17-14, Rowan County with a 3-point lead and the basketball. 1:35 to go first quarter. Wing straight away. Passes near side to Townsend. A whistle away from the ball. It's going to be an offensive foul. Turnover for Rowan County.
Jason Egan gets called for the moving screen. He tried to set a pick and get Adam Wing open at the top of the key on a curl.
First foul on Egan, second on Rowan County. Ashland makes a substitution. Withrow back in there.
Also our first look at number 10, J.D. Cullum.
Good passer in for Rowan County. Wetzel has it on the right hash for Ashland Blazer. Fires on the far side to Delaney. Drives in, kicks it left corner to Cullum. Cross-court pass, there's Wetzel. Fakes a 3, drives right baseline, dumps it down low underneath. It's stolen by Darrell Cross. Darrell hits the floor, loses it left corner. Who's going to come out of there with it? It goes out of bounds. They give it to Ashland Blazer.
And that's the right call. Cross was all over the place, but never did secure the rock. And they tried to kick it back out to reset the offense, and Darrell was there again to knock it away.
Ashland inbounds, center circle. Delaney catches. Tomcats down by 3. A minute to go in the first quarter. Right baseline. Here's the drive by Wetzel, and he throws it away. Good passer takes it away for Rowan County. Hands off to DJ Townsend. He'll walk it up the floor, and Rowan County may try to hold for one shot here. Townsend met at midcourt by Wetzel in the Blazer man-to-man. Bounce pass left side. Egan fakes a 3. Now gives it back on the high left to Townsend. DJ dribbles it between his legs. Now moves to the left corner. Got to do something with it. 5-second counts on. DJ dumps it down low to Wing. Spins into the double team. Fires back out to Egan. Right side. Fake a 3. Get it to good passer in the corner. He fakes a 3. Get it to Wing. Turn around 10-footer swish.
That's a great job by Rowan County. Very unselfish. They kept moving the ball until they got the highest percentage shot possible. And Wing knocks down the easy J.
19-14, Rowan County with a 5-point lead. 15 seconds to go, first quarter. Johnson in the lane, shot blocked by Wing. Loose ball, scoop up and scored by J.D. Cullum. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Rowan County ahead by 3. Townsend to midcourt, 5 seconds. DJ, man-to-man defense, kick it left corner. Egan to beat the horn. He got the 3. The first quarter ends with Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 22-16 here in the 16th Region Championship game at LST Johnson Arena. We'll be back with the call of the second quarter here on the Double X 106.1. Back at Johnson Arena, a high-scoring first quarter here in the boys' 16th Region Championship. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 22-16. The Vikings shooting 64% from the field. Ashland Blazer 58%. Our courtside reporter Mike Williams had an ear in the Ashland Blazer huddle in the last timeout, and he files this report.
Thanks, guys. I was over there in the huddle during the intermission of the quarters. Coach Buddy Bates is telling his players who's got number 15 in Jason Egan and who's got number 32 in Darryl Cross, because both of them are killing us literally right now. Darryl Cross is driving down the right sideline. He's getting penetration and dishing out, and Jason Egan hit a big quarter, and that's just hurting Ashland from the outside. So play better defense on the perimeter. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mike. Ashland basketball, left to right, coming out of the timeout to start the second quarter. They trail Rowan County by 6 points. In the deep left corner, they work it to Delaney, and then they throw it away. Nope, they're going to say it was tipped by Rowan County. So Wetzel runs it down in the backcourt and then tries to dribble it up on Townsend, and DJ fouls him at about the three-point line.
Yeah, so DJ was reporting for duty for his spot in the zone, and their paths kind of crossed. Cullip going to come out of the game. Bush back in for Ashland. And you talk a little bit about the perimeter defense, is what Biggs mentioned. Easier said than done, because Rowan County prides itself on patience and ball movement.
Bush throws it in. Wide open layup on the left block for Corey Gregg. Boy, that's twice Rowan County has lost Gregg for layups. That makes it 22-18. Rowan County up by 4 with the basketball. 7.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Townsend brings it across midcourt, immediately met by Bush, and the Blazer man-to-man, and a whistle and a foul away from the ball as Tyler Thacker, the freshman for Rowan County, checked in during that last break, was fouled by Ashland Blazers' Dylan Delaney. That's Delaney's first and Ashland's second.
Yeah, Thacker just got flat out shoved in the small of his back.
Rowan County to inbound beneath their own basket. Townsend throws into cross, left side, fakes a 3, get it sit to wing. He'll pull back a 3, missed it. Rebound taken out by Cody Withrow. Outlet pass up ahead intended for Ryan Wetzel. Is chased down by a couple of Rowan County players, and they call a foul.
To me, that is a very tough foul to call on DJ Townsend. That's also now his second, so something to watch out for. They were running tooth and nail, step for step to the ball, and there was a little incidental contact. That's it. Right
baseline inbound comes to Bush, misses the wraparound layup. Hunter grabs the rebound for Rowan County, gets it to Cross. The Vikings are off and running. Cross to the right hash, dribbles by Wetzel, now pulls it back out, gets it to Townsend on the left side, picked up by Bush, and the Ashland Blazer man-to-man. A minute gone in the third quarter. Vikings lead Ashland 22-18. Straightaway 3. DJ Townsend got it.
And again, it's these high screens. You don't necessarily see it. It's not necessarily drawn up, but just the interference that gets the shooter an extra half step.
Gregg gets into the lane for Blazer, and he's fouled by Hunter. This one should be on the floor. They call it on the floor. Boy, Corey Gregg is getting too much penetration and establishing himself too far underneath the basket for Rowan County's liking.
He's a matchup issue for Corey Hunter, who doesn't like to step away from the basket. When you draw him away, he can hit that mid-range jumper. When you try to get him down low, he can lay it up and in, but he can also take you off the dribble. I mean, he is a phenomenal athlete for his size.
Corey goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Ashland inbounds, left elbow, missed jumper by Delaney. Wing grabs the rebound for Rowan County. Last foul, by the way, Hunter's second and the team's 5th. Blazer has committed just 2 fouls. 90 seconds gone in the second period. Rowan County with the basketball, leading Ashland Blazer 25-18 here in the boys' 16th Region Championship game at Johnson Arena. Thacker straight away, throws left side to Townsend, guarded by Bush, and the Blazer man-to-man. He throws it away. It's intercepted by Wetzel, and he takes it and lays it in easily.
They were trying to run a play for Darryl Cross. They intercepted that route. They tried to go to plan B, and Wetzel picked it off.
It's a good thing Rowan County's shooting 63% right now, because they're not playing very well, to tell you the truth. Townsend holding on the left hash. Rowan County leading by 5. He'll pull back and miss this 3. Offensive rebound Wing. A lot of contact, no foul. Now we get a foul away from the ball as Wing kicked it out to Cross.
It was a foul underneath, a little incidental contact stemming away from, basically based off of the loose ball. And it is going to be on Cody Withrow, his first team third.
Chris Johnson back in there for Ashland Blazer. 4 points tonight for the senior big man. Rowan County inbounds to Cross. Throws back on the right baseline. Townsend curls in the lane. 10-foot pull-up. Wouldn't go. Tip job by Adam Wing. No good. Greg a rebound. Bringing it up the floor. Corey drives left side on Wing. Gets by him. Takes it up and scores.
He drives the lane with reckless abandon. Rowan County's got to swing somebody over to take a charge. Otherwise, Corey Gregg is just going to bowl through there all day long.
4 straight points for Ashland Blazer. It's a 3-point game. Rowan County leading 25-22 with 5:20 to go in the opening half. Townsend on the left hash. Throws far side to Thacker. Johnson goes out to guard him. Now Thacker gives back near side to Egan. Driving on Delaney. Finds Cross. And another foul away from the ball as Thacker hit the deck.
And I don't know if Tyler Thacker's got a bullseye on him or what, because that's the second time he's just been unnecessarily bowled over away from the basketball.
That's the second foul on Ryan Wetzel. Blazers fourth. 5:11 to go in the second quarter. It'll be a far side midcourt inbound. Wing triggers it into Townsend. Rowan County with a 3-point lead. Townsend gets the call from Coach Thacker on the bench. Standing on the left hash. Now throws far side Egan, a long three. Got it! That one was from Jimmer range.
Jason Egan just steps out, and if you're Ashland, you give him that shot because you want to prove that he can hit it. Now, there's your proof.
Gives Rowan County a 5-point lead, 28-22. In the right corner at the offensive end for Blazer, it's Johnson. Throws on the left baseline for Gregg. Thacker pushes him back out. Gregg throws it away. A steal by Egan.
And there, Adam Wing stepped in and cut off the drive.
Good defense by Rowan County. You can tell they've made an adjustment. Townsend drives in, finds Cross. Open three. Bullseye! Timeout, Ashland Blazer, as Darrell Cross gets his first points of the night to give Rowan County a 9-point lead, 31-22. A 30-second timeout. We'll step out as well with 4:21 to go in the opening half here at Johnson Arena. 31-22, Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer. 4:21 to go in the second quarter. Let's send it across the way to Mike Williams.
All right, guys, in the Rowan County huddle that last time out, Coach Thacker said, be prepared to see something a little bit different. We're hitting shots outside. They're probably going to deny the pass on the wing, so you're going to have to try a little bit harder to get open, but keep doing a good job of penetrating, getting good looks, so containing the basketball off the offensive and defensive glass. Back to you guys.
Yeah, good point. Rowan County red hot from three-point land right now. 7 of 12 for 58%, and they're shooting 60% overall from the field. Rowan County up 31-22. Ashland with the basketball. They throw it away. Steal by Darrell Cross. 2-on-1. Up ahead. Adam Wing. Layup good. Plus a foul. Nope, they don't call the foul. Just a layup for Adam. Thought I heard a whistle. Adam Wing's 10th point. Rowan County now with 3 players with 10 points. Wing, Townsend, and Egan. They lead by double digits. 33-22. And they nearly get a steal. They do get a steal. Cross intercepted. Got it to Dalton Stacy, the sophomore in the game for Rowan County. Stacy to the right corner. Wing, a three. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Cross triple teamed and stolen away by Delaney. Here comes Blazer. Delaney up ahead to Gregg. Takes it to the left elbow. Crossover dribble. Fadeaway shot. Good. But they're going to say on the floor. Or did they count the basket or say it was on the floor?
Let's see here. I believe it is on the floor. When they did not count the bucket, Dalton Stacy, right size, wrong shape. Got there in time, but went for the steal rather than trying to absorb the contact.
Well, Gregg made the basket, but they're going to say the foul occurred before he made it, and that foul's on Dalton Stacy, his first, and the team's sixth, that Gregg makes up for it by catching the inbound pass and draining the jump shot from the left elbow.
And he's been a bright spot here for Ashland so far tonight. Rowan County's had no answer.
He has 8 points. Stacy at the left hash for Rowan County. Vikings up by 11. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now Cross tries a long three from the right side. He missed it. And the rebound taken out by Gregg for Ashland Blazer. Outlet pass up ahead. It tries to get it to Wetzel. He runs it down in the left corner. Takes it to the left block. Can't score. And Rowan County has the rebound as Egan went up high to grab it. Egan leaves it off to Thacker. Crossover dribble at midcourt for Thacker as he's met by Wetzel in the Blazer man-to-man. Now he hands off to Stacy, Bush guarding him. Stacy curls to the right hash, double team, flips it back out center circle for Darrell Cross, guarded by Delaney. Cross drives the right baseline, gets some space, draws a foul, can't score. But a good move by Darrell Cross to get to the basket there, and he'll have 2 free throws coming up.
The absolute quickness of Darrell Cross on display there, and it's incenting Buddy Biggs, who's just looking and going, how is that not a foul. You got to help me out. He's really handing it to the officials right now, and I can tell you this: you could probably count on one hand the number of times he's been down 9 points all season long.
Cross, first free throw up and good. He's a 63% shooter on the season as Delaney returns for Ashland Blazer along with Withrow. Yeah, I think Buddy Biggs is more mad than anything that Darrell was given 2 free throws and that wasn't called a floor foul after the previous possession. They waved off Gregg's basket. That last foul, by the way, on Kyle Bush, his first and Ashland's fifth, as Cross misses the second free throw. Rebound Delaney for Ashland Blazer. Rowan County's lead stays at 10, 34-24, with 2:20 to go in the opening half here in the 16th Region Championship game. Vikings in a 2-3 zone as Withrow has it left side for Blazer. Gets in the corner. Delaney missed a 3. Jason Egan, another rebound for Rowan County. That is Jason Egan's 4th rebound to lead all Vikings. Now down to 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Cross on the right side for Rowan County. Dump it down low wing. Offensive foul and a good call as he lowered his shoulder and took out Dylan Delaney.
He turned right into it. A good job by Delaney. Rowan County can learn something, take a book out of the crafty senior who absorbed the contact. On the other end, a great job, kind of, I guess you could say, duping Delaney into taking that 3. Thinking he was open, ended up having to rush the shot.
First foul on Wings, 7th on Rowan County. We won't shoot free throws because it was a player control foul. Gregg straight away, stares into the 2-3 Rowan County zone, whips it on the far side to Delaney, now to Bush on the right hash. Bush gives it up to Gregg. He'll shoot a 3 and he'll miss it. Rebound fought for, taken down by Adam Wing for Rowan County. At this point, Rowan County is out rebounding Ashland Blazer 12-9, and they're out shooting them 56% to 52%. Vikings up by 10 with 1:20 to go in the second quarter. The score is 34-24. Adam Wing holding on the high left, guarded by Delaney. Blazers still in a man-to-man. They've been in a man-to-man all game. Now Adam moves to his right. He's out deep on the far side. He'll hand off to Darrell Cross. 1:10 to go second quarter. Cross working to his left, comes back topside, dribbles it off his foot and recovers. A near turnover. He'll fire it back out now on the high right to Adam Wing. Wing loses the handle on it and he travels. Boy, Rowan County really goofed up that series there.
Well, Withrow just came in and was disrupting what Adam Wing wanted to do with the basketball. Just never seemed comfortable with it. He slapped it off of his chest, and then when Adams kind of fumbled with it, he ended up getting called for the walk, but it did burn a good 25-30 seconds. It's the one positive.
Under a minute to go now in the second quarter. Ashland with the basketball, down by 10, 34-24. Bush with it on the high right, gets it to Gregg, out on the right, open 3 by Delaney is pure. Or correction, they give it to Withrow. His first 3, he has 5 points, makes it a 7-point game, 34-27, with half a minute to go in the second quarter. Rowan County will try to hold for the last shot here. Stacy double teamed on the left side, nearly walked, and he throws it, gets it away to Egan left side. Egan double team, spins, pushed to the ground. A jump ball called. It'll stay on this end with the Vikings. 18.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. They lead Ashland Blazer 34-27.
And credit Ashland, their last 2 possessions, they ramped up the defense. Rowan County has looked out of sorts.
Left baseline inbound. Thacker gets it into Cross on the high left. Cross guarded by Delaney in the Ashland Blazer man-to-man. 10 seconds to go second quarter. And what's the call? 5 seconds. I don't think Darrell knew that the 5-second count was on, so Ashland can get it to 5 or possibly 4 going into halftime if they can score here. 9.3 seconds to go before intermission. Inbound to midcourt comes to Bush. 2-3 Rowan County zone. 5 seconds. Bush left side to Cullip. Cullip loses the handle. He's able to save it to Withrow. Withrow loses the handle on it. It goes out of bounds, and Rowan County makes a fine defensive stand to close out the first half. They lead Ashland Blazer 34-27 going into intermission. We're going to now send it over. Well, we won't send it over. Mike was supposed to get Sean Thacker, but he heads to the locker room. Mike needs to be a little more aggressive for us. 34-27, Rowan County leads Ashland Blazer at halftime of the 16th Region Championship game. We'll be back with a complete look at halftime stats next on the XX 106.1. Welcome back to LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Morehead State University. We're at halftime of the boys' 16th Region Basketball Championship. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 34-27 after 2 quarters of play. We owe you an apology. We were unable to bring you the halftime comments from Rowan head coach Sean Thacker. We had our courtside reporter Mike Williams over there, but our understanding is that Coach Thacker was pretty incensed with either a player or a call towards the end of that first half that he just missed Mike as he was walking to the locker room, and so we were unable to bring you our post-game comments. It really wasn't anybody to blame or anybody at fault. We were just, unfortunately, we regret we were able to bring you his halftime comments. But hopefully we'll be able to have you his post-game comments and much more. But right now it's time for a look at halftime stats, and they're brought to you by Caudle Real Estate on Bridge Street in Moorhead. Looking to buy or sell a home? Caudle Real Estate is your hometown real estate experts. Call today at 784-3483 and put us to work for you at Caudle Real Estate. We'll start with Ashland Blazer. They were led by Corey Gregg with 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Next up on the scoring charts, Dylan Delaney with 6 points on 2 3-pointers. 5 points for Cody Withrow, 4 for Chris Johnson, 2 apiece for Ryan Wetzel and J.D. Cullup. Kyle Bush played in that first half but did not score for Ashland. So again for the Tomcats, Gregg leads the way with 8, Delaney with 6, Withrow 5, Johnson 4, Wetzel and Cullup with 2 apiece. As a team, the Tomcats shoot 55% from the field on 12 of 22, 3 of 6 from three-point land, and they did not shoot any free throws. And now we'll kick it over to Thunder Dan Griffin for a look at Rowan County stats.
Well, thank you. It led in 2 people with double-figure scoring, I should say. Adam Wing with 10, Jason Egan with 10, DJ Townsend and Darryl Cross 7. So very symmetrical scoring there. Only 4 guys see the scoring column. Corey Hunter, Dalton Stacy, Tyler Thacker, Brandon Goodpaster played but did not score. As a team, Rowan County shooting a robust 56.5%. That's 13 of 23 from the field, including 7 of 14 shooting from beyond the arc. Taking a deeper look at stats, 12-9 a rebounding advantage for Rowan County, including a 3-1 advantage on the offensive glass. But what really kind of took me by surprise, and really the stats to look out for, 11 assists on the 13 baskets by Rowan County. That shows you that they're unselfish, they're moving the ball, and there is no defense for good ball movement.
That's true, Dan, and 4 assists to DJ Townsend and 3 for Darryl Cross. So Rowan County's 2 guards combined for 7 assists. Nobody for Ashland has more than 2. Kyle Bush has 2, so even though Bush did not score during that first half of play, he was able to dish out 2 assists. Ashland 5 assists in that first half compared to Rowan County's 11. Points in the paint go to Ashland 12-6. Points off turnovers 9-7 in favor of Rowan County. 2-0. Ashland wins the second chance points, and 2 fast break points for either team. 2 bench points for Ashland Blazer, none for Rowan County. Again, the halftime score, Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 34-27 as the Moorhead State men's basketball team is introduced here at halftime. And Coach Donnie Tyndall is set to address the crowd. He gets a nice round of applause from every fan here, a standing ovation. Boy, this is really neat to see because you've got the hometown Rowan County fans here, but Ashland Blazer certainly in Moorhead State service area.
Sure.
A lot of Moorhead State fans from this Ashland crowd. So we're going to kick it to commercial break now while Moorhead State head basketball coach Donnie Tyndall addresses the crowd. Again, the halftime score, Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 34-27 in the 16th Region Championship game on the Double X 106.1. Back at LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Moorhead State University, we're at halftime of the boys' 16th Region Basketball Championship. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 34-27 at intermission. We just had a nice presentation as the Moorhead State men's basketball team was introduced to the crowd. A nice standing ovation for Coach Donnie Tyndall and company. Of course, Moorhead State headed back to the NCAA tournament for the second time in 3 years after defeating Tennessee Tech Saturday night to claim the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament Championship. But let's get back to high school action now, Dan. With Rowan County leading 34-27, you brought up an interesting point during commercial break. Rowan County right now 50% from three-point land on 7 of 14. They cannot live and die by the three-pointer. They've got to get the ball in the paint where they were outscored 12-6 in the first two quarters.
Well, I'm not going to fault Rowan County for taking the vast majority of those threes. I think there were a couple errant shots there, but if they're going to drive and kick, that three-point shot is going to be there. It's hard to fault Rowan County for taking those open looks because Coach Thacker's offense prides themselves on high percentage shots and open looks. If those open looks happen to be from three-point range, you've got to take advantage of it. But you're exactly right. You've got to use your speed and utilize it by driving in there and trying to get Adam Wing, Corey Hunter, or even DJ Townsend, Darryl Cross on a drive, some looks from inside the paint, or at least inside about 15 feet.
Right. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 34-27 here in the 16th Region Championship game at Morehead State's Ellis T. Johnson Arena. Along with Thunder Dan Griffin and courtside reporter Mike Williams, I'm Tanner Hesterberg, urging you to stay with us for the exciting call of the second half here on the Double X 106.1. 34-27, Rowan County leads Ashland Blazer as we get ready for half number 2 here in the 16th Region Championship game at LST Johnson Arena in Morehead. Ashland will have the ball to begin the third quarter. They'll work right to left on your radio dial here for the final two quarters. The inbound comes on the high left to Delaney. He circles top of the key, pitches far side to Wetzel, back to Delaney, coming left side now, guarded by Cross, dumps it down low. Johnson wraps around, gets it down low. Gregg for the layup. A beautiful backdoor feed from Johnson to Corey Gregg as he's now in double digits with 10 points.
They've had no real answer for his size and speed.
Townsend over midcourt, gets it to Egan in the left corner. Man-to-man Ashland Blazer defense. Egan guarded by Withrow. Throws back on the high left to Townsend, who will give ground. Back out now near the Morehead State logo at midcourt. Rowan County leading 34-29, 40 seconds gone here in the third quarter. Cross lost the handle, recovered. Right wing Townsend, a three. Got another one, the third three by the DJ.
And again, with a drive and kick that was set up kind of on a broken play as the feed to Wing and Cross got disrupted. But DJ stayed patient, got the shot and buried it.
Rowan County now 8 of 15 from beyond the arc, a red-hot 53%. Gregg in the lane, spins into Hunter, picks his dribble up, kicks it out Delaney from downtown, air ball three-pointer, taken out by Jason Egan for Rowan County. Throws it up ahead, and it's out of bounds. This should go to Rowan County, and it does, as Cody Withrow knocked it out of bounds. Jason Egan threw it for Adam Wing on the far side on the outlet. It hit Adam in the shoulder. Withrow came over, tried to steal it, and couldn't keep it from going out of bounds on the far sideline.
Well, credit Adam Wing because Withrow threw it right back to Wing who threw it off of Withrow.
Inbound come to Cross. Cross to Wing. Far side now, they pitch it to Egan. Withrow goes out to guard him. Now they get it down low to Wing. Faces up, kicks it back out straight away. Darryl Cross banks in a three.
When you're hot, because that was a shot that would have probably gone through most backwards.
7 points for Darryl Cross. Rowan County 9 of 16 from three-point land, 56%. Gregg in the lane, kick it out. Delaney, he got a three.
Nice shooter's mentality there from Delaney, who airballed a similar-looking shot just moments ago.
Townsend in transition, gets the layup, but wave it off, an offensive foul. It's going on DJ Townsend. It's his third foul. Good job by Dylan Delaney setting up to take it for Ashland Blazer. Boy, he was really far underneath the basket, though.
And that's really what kind of bothered me, is that contact came after the shot had been taken.
Maybe you should count the basket and then call the foul.
You could do that. I would have just let the contact be negligent because it really had nothing to do with the play.
Gregg on the left baseline drives by Hunter and gets the layup. So Ashland Blazer is back to within 6, 40-34, as Corey Gregg now has 12 points to lead all Tomcats. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Rowan County with the ball up 40-34. Townsend moves to his left, playing with 3 fouls. Now they run a double team at him. He throws in the right corner. Egan fakes a 3, drives right baseline and scores.
That's a beautiful play by Jason Egan. Heads up, and a great job using body control and a smart play using the left hand.
12 points for Egan, 42-34. Rowan County's lead back to 8. Blazer with the basketball at the offensive end. Gregg, left baseline, kick it right corner. Open 3 by Delaney, no good. Tip job, no good for Withrow. And then Adam Wing blocks the third putback attempt, gets the loose ball. Townsend just absolutely throws it away in transition.
He was looking for Egan, and I'm thinking he thought that Egan was going to continue on his path. Egan curled back to take a position, but by then the pass was already gone.
Well, Egan was setting up for a three, and DJ thought he was going to cut to the basket. You're right, Dan. Ashland with the ball, trying to cut into this 8-point lead. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter here in the 16th Region Championship game. Delaney out on the high right, drives by Townsend, takes a hand check, scores, and then an offensive foul called as Corey Hunter set up to take the charge for Rowan County.
Same type of play that happened to DJ Townsend, although Corey Hunter stepped up and took the contact before the shot. Oftentimes, though, in the NBA, there's that no-charge zone about 3 feet from the hoop.
Sure.
It's not in high school or college basketball, but you can kind of tell there's an unwritten implied rule that if a contact is made there, it's going to go after the defense or they're going to swallow the whistle.
Good point, Dan. Second foul on Delaney. First on Ashland Blazer in this second half. Rowan County with the ball, up by 8. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Adam Wing, jump shot from 10 feet out, no good. Rebound Corey Gregg for Blazer. Tomcats off and running. Gregg to midcourt, picked by Egan. Right elbow, dumps it down low. Johnson, layup, good.
Nice job by Johnson to establish himself on the low block. It'll be interesting to see if Ashland's going to continue to try to throw a trap at the Townsend-Cross backcourt combo, because that really just kind of plays into what the Vikings like to do.
Rowan County's lead cut to 6, 42-36. Egan, high right, drills a three. Another deep one for Jason. Timeout, Ashland Blazer. Jason Egan, when you're hot, you're hot. He hit that one from Morgan County. 15 points for Jason Egan. We'll take a timeout as well. Rowan County leading 45-36 with 3:58 to go in the third quarter on the Double X 106.1. Back at Johnson Arena with 3:58 to go in the third quarter of the boys' 16th Region Championship game. Rowan County leads Ashland Blazer 45-36 thanks to some hot three-point shooting. The Vikings 59% from three-point range on 10 of 17. Ashland needs to make an adjustment there, and our courtside reporter Mike Williams was in the Ashland huddle during that last timeout.
The first thing Coach Buddy Biggs said in that timeout was, where did 15 come from? Jason Egan just took a shot 5 feet off the three-point line and knocked it down. He's been doing it all night. We have to switch off screens. We have to find him. He's being the difference maker in this game. I believe that's his third or fourth three-pointer, definitely, at least in this game. And he's been a big factor for Rowan County, so Ashland must find Jason Egan. Back to you guys.
Well, good point, Mike. Egan 3 of 5 from long range, as is Darrell Cross. Rowan County up by 9, 3:50 to go in the third quarter, but Ashland with a basketball. Right to left, Kyle Bush back in there. Has it, gets it to the left elbow. Johnson curls into lane, shoots and scores. 8 points for Chris Johnson.
His best game so far here in this tournament is, you gotta give him credit, he has gotten this one out.
Ashland will make 2 substitutions at the next dead ball. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Rowan County with the ball up 45-38. DJ Townsend, the runner from the left baseline, gets it to go from about 5 feet out, his 15th point. Corey Gregg at the right elbow for Blazer. Double team, picks his dribble up, finds Johnson, right baseline, 15-footer, no good, left it short. Adam Wing the rebound for Rowan County. Near sound outlet pass to Townsend. Rowan County up 47-38, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Townsend dribbling it on the right hash, now moves back to center circle, picked up by Bush and the Ashland Blazer man-to-man. Townsend, bounce pass on the left hash for Cross, being guarded there by Delaney. Darrell now leaves it off for Wing, straight away, now back near side to Townsend. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball as Cross hit the deck. It's going on Ashland Blazer.
J.D. Cullop tried to fight through a Darrell Cross screen and pulled over Darrell Cross. Now, I use that term loosely because very few people can knock Darrell Cross over, but give him credit for the acting job, and he sold the foul.
First foul on J.D. Cullop, second on Blazer. Been just 1 foul called on Rowan County so far in this half. 2:45 to go, third quarter. They lead by 9 with a basketball. Townsend straightens away, drives by his man, finds Cross. Open 3, right corner, missed that one. Rebound down to Ashland Blazers' Cody Withrow. Withrow takes it over midcourt. Nobody picks him up. He'll bounce pass in the key to Gregg. Turns into Hunter and scores.
And you can't fault Corey Hunter. That was good defense there by him. And a good help as well. When you're hot, and Gregg has got that shooter's touch from inside 10 feet.
He's got 14 points. Townsend, another runner, can't get this one to go. Wing, the follow attempt, no good, but he drew a foul. How about Adam Wing getting to the offensive glass?
He's showing his athleticism and, more importantly, his strength in that low block as he out-muscled and out-jumped two different Tomcats with that ball low on the line.
Withrow commits the foul, his second, Tomcats third. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Rowan County leading 47-40. Adam Wing gets the first of two free throws to go for his 11th point. Wing, a 78% shooter on the season, as Townsend heads to the bench for Rowan County, and Tyler Thacker, the freshman, comes in.
I think this is a smart move here by Coach. You've got an 8, now making a 9-point lead. DJ does have 3 fouls. Give him a break. Bring him in at the start of the fourth. Don't try to get him in too much trouble. He's too important to what you need to do late in this ball game.
Wing got the second free throw to make it a 9-point Rowan County lead. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Right elbow, open three is up for Wetzel, and no good, but he was fouled. He'll get 3 free throws.
Thacker came over late on a closeout in there, and you have to give Wetzel credit on the follow through. He kind of leaned into the contact, and the official bought it.
First foul on Thacker, second on Rowan County. So Ryan Wetzel, who's a 65% foul shooter on the season, will have 3 charity tosses coming up here, the first of which is nothing but net. That's the third point for Ryan Wetzel, his first since the first quarter. Makes it 49-41 Rowan County. 2:01 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw also good for Wetzel.
He certainly doesn't look like a 65% free throw shooter.
Kyle Bush back into the game for Ashland Blazer to replace J.D. Cullip. Out there for Rowan County, it's Cross, Wing, Egan, Thacker, and Hunter. Line left, third free throw is also good for Wetzel, so he knocks down all 3 free throws, makes it a 6-point game, 49-43, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rowan County struggling to get it across half court. Now they do to Thacker, fires in the far corner to Egan, takes a 3, drives to the left elbow, gets it back out straight away to Cross, about a foot behind the arc, moves to his right, guarded by Wetzel in the Ashland Blazer man-to-man. Now he'll throw back between the rings to Thacker. Thacker guarded by Bush. 1:35 to go, third quarter. Thacker threw it away. It's a steal by Delaney. Delaney races to the offensive end and lays it home. We've got ourselves a 4-point ball game.
That was a nice job by Dylan Delaney to beat the freshman into that pass.
Darryl Cross trying to answer for Rowan County. Layup no good, high off glass. Bush a rebound. Here come the Tomcats. Wetzel has it, gets into the lane, kicks it left corner to Withrow. Wanted to pull the trigger on a 3, won't do it. Instead, he'll throw on the far side to Delaney. Ashland knocking on the door. They get it to Withrow. Misses a 3, rebound tipped around. Egan had it, and he gets fouled by Ashland Blazer. Rowan County dodged a bullet there.
It was a great job by Egan to establish position, and now you can see exactly the importance of DJ Townsend. Ashland, give them credit, saw the fact that their main point guard was out of the game and threw the kitchen sink at them and really disrupted Rowan County's flow.
Ashland will set up in their press here. They're knocking on the door. Rowan County still with a 4-point lead, 49-45 with a minute to go in the third quarter. Now Rowan County inbounds to Townsend, and Ashland will back everybody up past half court as Townsend takes it across the timeline. Bush meets him there. DJ standing dribble at midcourt. 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Vikings up by 4. Townsend rolls to his right, now gets loose on the right baseline. Layup blocked away. Loose ball taken out by Egan out on the high left. Rowan County keeps possession. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter, leading 49-45. Townsend on the far side. Angling left on Bush. Now Wing pops out to catch it straight away. Greg guarding him. Goes for the back tip. Can't did it. Wing kicks his dribble up. Throws it to Townsend, and then DJ gets shoved there by Corey Gregg. Just a hustle foul there by Corey Gregg as he picks up his first foul and Ashland Blazers' 5th.
You can really just see the respect that DJ Townsend commands as a ball handler, because you can see as soon as he checked back into the game, Ashland Blazer completely backed off what was an effective full-court press.
Gregg goes out. Coming back in for Ashland is J.D. Cullip. Rowan County also makes a substitution. Goodpaster replaces Hunter. 24 seconds to go, third quarter. Vikings to inbound, up 49-45. Wing throws in the backcourt to Townsend. Bush guarding him full court man-to-man. DJ will walk it over the timeline. Be nice for Rowan County to get a basket here to close out the third quarter, because at this point, Ashland has all the momentum. Townsend passes on the far side to Cross. Now to Wing straight away. Back to Townsend right side. DJ angles in. Kicks it right baseline. Goodpaster jumper. Missed it. Follow attempt by Wing. No good. Rebound down to Ashland Blazer, and they won't get a shot away. And that's how our third quarter will end. Your score after 24 minutes of play in the boys' 16th Region Championship game. Rowan County 49 and Ashland Blazer 45 on the Double X 106.1. as we get ready to start our fourth quarter of play between Rowan County and Ashland Blazer. We'll kick it across the way for a report from courtside reporter Mike Williams.
Well, guys, this is it. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 49-45. Rowan's up by 4. Coach Sean Thacker says this is where it's important. 8 more minutes of basketball, fellas. 8 more minutes of strong basketball. We need to play good defense, continue what we're doing. We've been doing well all game. Get stops, control the basketball. Back to you guys.
Rowan County's basketball. They inbound it to Townsend. Curls into lane. Jump shot good for DJ from about 11 feet out.
And that's huge because it kind of just quiets the crowd a little bit. And basically, you start with a fresh slate. You lost that third quarter. You got 8 more minutes of basketball left. Start off on a good foot. Big bucket by DJ.
Gregg catches at the right elbow. Turnaround jumper. Blocked by Hunter. Loose ball. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Viking. Good block there by Corey Hunter, but Rowan County unable to corral it. 7:27 to go in the game. They lead Ashland Blazer 51-45. Left baseline inbound, wide open. Gregg, a layup. How do you leave him that wide open?
They focused too much on Gregg, and Johnson slipped in underneath.
Yeah, they give it to Johnson.
Open.
Yep, excuse me, that was Johnson, his 10th point. So we're back to a 4-point game, 51-47, 7:10 to go. Townsend moving to his left. Passes up a screen from wing. He's guarded in the Ashland man-to-man by Wetzel. Drives in, throws up an air ball, and Gregg pulls down the rebound. In transition, he gets it to an open Withrow. Layup blocked from behind by Adam Wing, and he picks up the loose ball. Got it to Townsend, center circle. DJ coming into the front court, finds Cross, fakes a three, pulls it back out now. Near the right hash, Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 51-47 with 6:40 to go here in the 16th Region Championship game. So far, it's been everything we'd hoped it'd be. Townsend, center circle, 5-second counts on. He's guarded by Wetzel, gets into the lane, kicks it left corner. Egan, a three, rimming out. Rebound down to Ashland Blazer. Johnson had it, got it on the far side to Delaney. Into the lane, gets some space, and gets fouled as he went up for the shot.
Ashland Blazer really turning the tempo up here, and Rowan County is trying and failing to slow this game back down. If they can get into a half-court set, force Ashland actually run a set offense, that defense has been phenomenally effective. It's when they get into transition where they get lost and mistakes and buckets are made.
Second foul on Egan, third on Rowan County. First free throw up and good for Dylan Delaney. 75% shooter on the season. That's Delaney's 12th point. As a team, the Tomcats are 4 of 4 tonight. Rowan County 3 of 4. Not a whole lot of free throw shooting going on by either team, as the second free throw is a swish by Delaney. That makes it a 2-point game, 51-49.
This is the closest the Tomcats have been in some time, and you can hear the roar of both crowds.
6:10 to go in the ball game. Rowan County with the ball left to right. Townsend on the far hash. He's picked up by Wetzel in the Blazer man-to-man. Leaves it off to Cross. Head of the circle. Cross, kick it back to Townsend on the left hash. DJ, screen from Hunter. Step back three. Missed it. Rebound Darrell Cross for Rowan County, and then swatted out of his hands out of bounds by Delaney. The Vikings will keep it beneath their own basket, leading by 2.
They can't keep settling for these jump shots. Law of averages says Rowan County's due to cool off.
They got to get it inside. Vikings to inbound beneath their own basket, but before they can do that, Rowan head coach Sean Thacker will call a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so Dan, let's keep it right here. 5:55 to go in the game. Rowan County's lead, which at one time was 11 points, has now been trimmed to 2, 51-49. The telltale stat of Ashland's comeback is points in the paint, 22-8 in favor of the Tomcats.
And they don't have a staff for transition baskets, but you'd have to say that also greatly favors Ashland. They do have fast break, which is, I think, a little skewed at 2-0 only. But the point made here is Ashland is getting back before Rowan County's defense can set up. Rowan County has got to go back to this penetrate and kick style of offense. The penetration can lead to some easy looks down low, or at the very least, an open jump shot. These jump shots they're taking now, they look pressured, they look forced, they look contested.
We're starting to get into crunch time. Every basket from here on out is going to be huge. Townsend will be the trigger man for Rowan County. Inbounding it beneath their own basket. He gets it into Cross in the far corner. Cross loses the dribble, able to save it to wing. Double team, back to Cross, 15-foot jumper. Left it short. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Corey Gregg for Ashland. And then they call the foul on Rowan County. Yep, Jason Egan knocked Corey Gregg to the floor.
And that's the right call.
Third foul on Jason Egan, Rowan County's fourth. So Ashland can tie or take the lead on this possession. 5:45 to go in the game. Delaney walks it up the floor for the Tomcats. Met by Cross at midcourt. Rowan County has moved to a man-to-man defense. Delaney moves to his left. Angles left on Cross. Now pulls it back out. Wing flashing. He'll pull back. Long three. Left it short. Rebound Darrell Cross for Rowan County. Vikings off and running. Cross takes it to the offensive end. Now he'll back it back out. Wait for the rest of his teammates. He gives it back to DJ Townsend at center circle. 5:20 to go in the game. Rowan County leading by a deuce, 51-49. Townsend drives all the way in. Blocked from behind and fouled as he went for the lay-in.
Now, the Ashland fans are going to wonder how that wasn't called on the same thing when Darrell Cross jumped up and him and Adam Wing combined for a block. Well, DJ Townsend drives into traffic, and he not only commands but absorbs contact as well as in addition to the block. The block's clean, but if you use the body, you're going to get called for the foul, and that is the fourth, I do believe, on Ryan Wetzel.
First free throw good by Townsend. 67% shooter on the season. That was his 18th points tonight. And you're right, Dan, fourth foul on Wetzel, sixth on Ashland Blazer. A free throw here by DJ would make it a two-possession game, and he gets it, swish. So 19 points for DJ Townsend. Rowan County back up by 4, 53-49, with just over 5 minutes to go in the game. On the far side for Blazer, it's Wetzel, curls into the lane, a near steal. He goes up for the shot, blocked by Townsend. DJ comes out of there with it, leads the break, 1-on-2. DJ drives, left baseline, puts up a shot. It's no good. Adam Wing, offensive rebound, tip in, no good, but he drew a foul.
And a great job by DJ with the ball control in traffic. And really, the only language you really need to understand on that play is what Buddy Biggs just went right there. He ran out to midcourt and just pointed in his head, telling his players, you've got to slow down and you've got to think.
First free throw, no good for Adam Wing. 78% shooter on the season. He was 2 of 2 tonight until that miss. Yeah, at this point, Rowan County out-rebounding Ashland Blazer 22-17 as Wing missed them both. How uncharacteristic is that? So Rowan County's lead stays at 4, 53-49 with 4:45 to go. Somebody lost a headband out there. I think it was Corey Gregg. He has it on the right hash. Pitches near side to Withrow. Now back on the far side. They find Wetzel in the corner. They get it to Gregg. Drives right baseline. Cut off by Wing. Now angles back out. Passes to Delaney. Cross guarding him in the Rowan County man-to-man as we move to 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ashland down by 4. Driving. They get it down low. Johnson. Easy layup.
They just keep losing Chris Johnson, much in the same way that Ashland keeps losing Jason Egan.
12 points for Chris Johnson. Rowan County's lead is trimmed back to 2, 53-51 with our fourth quarter halfway gone. The fans here at Johnson Arena are really starting to get into it. Townsend drive, pull-up jumper from the left elbow, no good. Rebound Dylan Delaney for Ashland Blazer. Tomcats off and running. Delaney to Gregg. Right hash on Wing. Gregg drives in, fires underneath, finds an open man. That's Cody Withrow. Shot blocked out of bounds, but they call a foul on Jason Egan.
That's his fourth.
Fourth foul on Jason Egan. A lot of ball there, but apparently the ref saw some skin too.
And that is the 15th foul, meaning one left to give for Rowan County. However, Ashland is in the bonus at 7 fouls.
This will be 2 shots for Cody Withrow, 60% shooter on the season, misses the first. Bush back in for Blazer, replaces Wetzel.
And Bush more of a ball handler, not much of an offensive threat.
Yep, no points, has only taken 1 shot tonight, dished out 2 assists and does have a rebound. Line left, Withrow got the second one, and it's a 1-point game, 53-52 with 3:45 to go. Withrow's first point of the second half. Townsend walking it up the floor for Rowan County. Boy, what a great one we've got going here in the 16th Region Championship between Rowan County and Ashland Blazer. Townsend moves to his right. Blazer in a man-to-man as Townsend's guarded by Bush. Gets a screen from Hunter, now pulls it back out. Rowan County struggled getting it down low all night long. Townsend now backs out near center circle. Rowan County can circle the wagons as there's now 3:20 left to go in this one. Townsend gets a screen from Hunter, rolls to his left. Ashland hedges on him. Corey breaks back door. They don't get it to him. Instead, DJ drives in, kick it right corner, cross a 3, missed it. Tip job, no good. Ashland has the rebound. Chris Johnson pulled it down. He gets it to Delaney. Tomcats can take the lead with a basket. Delaney down the lane. Jumper, no good. And they call a foul. Boy, that was the latest foul call I think I've ever seen.
I'm not even exactly sure who it's on. Hunter was in the area. Cody was in the area, and that's who they're going to get, but I didn't see it. Now, I know this is a Round County broadcast, but I'd be honest with you if I saw the foul.
Well, it's going to be 2 fouls for Dylan Delaney, or 2 foul shots, rather. He hits the first one to tie the game at 53.
It's going to be interesting to see how Round County is going to respond. This is the first bit of adversity for much of the game that they have experienced here, Tanner.
Yep. They need to come back up the floor and get a basket as Ashland Blazer now has the lead as Dylan Delaney knocks down the free throw for his 15th point. 54-53 Tomcats, 2:50 to go in the game. They'll stick in their man-to-man defense as Townsend walks it across center circle. He'll be guarded by Bush. DJ rolls to his right, calls out the play, crossover dribble, gets penetration, does look to dish it off, can't do it, he'll have to force it up, shot no good, follows his own miss, puts it in, and a foul! Big time play there by DJ Townsend.
Townsend stuck with it. If he took it an extra half triple that first time, he would have gotten that clean look initially, but he stayed with it, and credit DJ because as soon as he shot that ball the first time, he knew it was off, he knew where it was going to be, he beat everybody to the ball, laid it in, and got the harm.
21 points for DJ Townsend. That foul on Ashland Blazers' Chris Johnson, his second, team's 8th. Line right, Townsend completes the 3-point play. 22 for him now. Rowan County back in front by a deuce, 56-54. 2.5 minutes left to go in the 16th Region Championship game. Delaney at the left hash for Ashland Blazer, guarded by Cross in the Rowan County man-to-man. Takes it in, misses the long 2-pointer. Adam Wing, the rebound for the Vikings. Nearly threw it away, but Townsend grabs the loose ball. That was tipped by Withrow.
That was a great job by Withrow trying to get into that passing lane.
Basket here by the Vikings would be huge. They need to put some distance between themselves and the Tomcats. Up by 2. Wing out on the high left, passes to Townsend, left open for a 3. He won't take it, guarded by Gregg, finds Egan. Jason drives left side, puts up a jumper, no good. Hunter goes over the back on the rebound. He's going to be called for the foul. That's Corey Hunter's 4th.
Wait, hold on.
Or is it on Ashland? Nope, it's on Hunter.
Yep. The original, one official called the over the back on Hunter. The other almost looked like he wanted to call a double foul.
I think you just let that go. But as it stands, that'll be the 4th foul on Corey Hunter, the 7th on Rowan County. So we'll walk the other way to shoot the 1-and-1. Chris Johnson will be the foul shooter for the Tomcats, a 72% shooter on the season. His first trip to the line tonight. Remember, he missed much of the season with that wrist injury. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up and no good. Adam Wing, a rebound for the Vikings. Under 2 minutes to go in the game, they lead 56-54. DJ Townsend brings it over center circle. Picked up by Bush in the Ashland man-to-man. DJ guarding. 5-second counts on. He gets it to Cross. Darrell drives all the way in, misses the layup, but draws the foul. Somebody for Ashland slid over. I think it was Johnson, tried to take the charge. A good effort by Chris, but he got there a little bit too late. So this will be 2 free throws for Darrell Cross Jr., probably the 2 biggest free throws of Darrell's career.
I would have to venture that you are correct there, sir. And Cross and Townsend utilizing their speed. That's why it's so hard for them to pick up an offensive foul unless it's completely blatant.
First free throw for the right-hander Cross is in the air and good. Rattled around the rim for a while. Back in for Ashland Blazer is Ryan Wetzel. He replaces Kyle Bush. That last foul, by the way, on Johnson was his 3rd and Blazer's 9th. Rowan County up 57-54 with 1:39 to go. Cross, a 63% foul shooter, trying to get the second one to go and make it a 2-possession game. He got it. 9 points for Darrell Cross. 58-54 Rowan County. Delaney over midcourt for the Tomcats. Checked by Cross in the Rowan County man-to-man. Out on the high right, Delaney throws top of the circle. That's Wetzel. Wetzel, spin move, drives in, dribbled is off his shoe. He's tied up. Who's the possession arrow going to go to? It's going to stay with Ashland Blazer as Corey Gregg tried to get a timeout. Now Ashland will take one anyway. It's a timeout for the Tomcats, a full timeout.
That's all they have left.
Yep, we'll step out as well. 1:23 to go in the 16th Region Championship game. A great one on tap. Rowan County winning right now 58-54 on the Double X 106.1. Welcome back to LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Morehead State University. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer 58-54 with a minute 23 to go in the 16th Region Championship game. Let's send it across to the third member of our crew, courtside reporter Mike Williams.
Guys, Coach Buddy Biggs telling his players a couple different things can happen here. They're going to come out in the man, they're going to come out in the zone on defense. He's like, he was examining his players that he wanted them to run. He had a couple different plays he felt like have been successful tonight so far. So he's setting offenses. He also emphasized on the importance of time management and not doing anything like giving away turnovers here late in the game. Back to you guys.
Ashland inbound beneath their own basket. They get it to Johnson, dumps it down low. Gregg for the layup off glass and good. Corey Gregg with 16 points. Those are his first points of the fourth quarter. Rowan County beats the press. They get it to midcourt. Wing across the timeline. Pitches back on the left hash to Townsend. As we approach the minute mark to go in the ball game, Rowan County up by 2, 58-56. Townsend now comes back to his right. Curls left. Now angles back out. He'll reset the 5-second count. Townsend starts to drive in. He's being dogged on the far side by Wetzel. Now he passes to Adam Wing, right side. Adam, top of the circle, back to Townsend.
They're just playing keep away. You wonder when Ashland's going to foul.
45 seconds to go. There's the foul with 41 seconds to go to be exact. 58-56. Rowan County with a 2-point lead. If the Vikings can hit their free throws.
He's done. Wetzel just fouled out of the game.
Yep, if they keep it on Wetzel. Right now they have the score. Okay, now they change the scoreboard. It goes on Wetzel. His fifth foul, so Corey Wetzel fouls out with 41 seconds to play, and Wetzel with 5 points tonight.
And the big thing is they put in Kyle Bush into the game, an extra ball handler, an excellent passer, but not much of a shooter or scorer. He looks very, very tentative when it's his turn to actually fire the ball.
Free throw good by Townsend. This is 2 free throws for DJ. He hits the first. 23 points by DJ Townsend to lead all players. Puts Rowan County up by 3, 59-56, 41 seconds to go in the game. Townsend, 67% shooter on the season. The left hand push is good. It's a 2-possession game. 24 for the DJ. Bush brings it up the floor for the Tomcats. They trail by 4. Bush, center circle, guarded by Wing in the Rowan County man-to-man. Withrow pops out to catch it on the far side, gives a head fake, curls into lane, 15-footer, good by Cody Withrow, and a timeout taken. It's a full timeout for Ashland Blazers. That was Withrow's 8th point. Will break as well. 60-58. Rowan County leads Ashland with 27 seconds to go in the 16th Region Championship. Welcome back to LST Johnson Arena. Rowan County with a 2-point lead over Ashland Blazers, 60-58, with 27 seconds to go in the boys' 16th Region Championship. Ashland Blazer coming out of the timeout. We had our courtside reporter Mike Williams eavesdrop on their timeout.
Guys, Coach Buddy Biggs told his players, right now we're down under 30 seconds now. We're down by 2. We have to go for a steal. We have to go for a steal. If you don't get the steal and you get the foul, that's okay. We have to stop the clock. Only 30 seconds left. Go for the steal. Try to get a steal. Stop the clock.
Rowan County will send out Adam Wing, Jason Egan, DJ Townsend, Darrell Cross, and Corey Hunter. They lead by 2, 60-58, 27 seconds to go with the ball to inbound and go 84 feet. Townsend running the baseline, comes left side. He can't get it in and has to call a timeout, but that's okay. Rowan County had a couple timeouts to spare. This will be a full timeout. I'll tell you what, Dan, let's keep it right here. Here's the scenario. 27 seconds left to go in the 16th Region Championship. Rowan County leading Ashland Blazer by 2, 60-58. Ryan Wetzel has already fouled out for Ashland Blazer. Rowan County, 2 players with 4 fouls apiece, and Jason Egan and Corey Hunter, both of whom are out on the floor right now. If you're Rowan County, job 1 is getting it inbounds and preventing Ashland from stealing the ball, and then job 2 is hitting your free throws.
Absolutely, and yet an excellent point made by Mike via Buddy Biggs, and that you have to foul immediately, or at least go for the ball. You got to make a play that'll either result in your possession or stopping the clock, because the last time we did this little cat and mouse, Rowan County was able to drive 20 seconds off of the clock, and a smart job here also by Biggs, calling multiple plays in the huddle. You want continuity on the offensive end.
Mike was in the Rowan County huddle in that last timeout.
Guys, a lot of noise over here, a lot of pandemonium, but from what I can hear, I believe Coach Sean Thacker is putting trust in his junior, Adam Wing, to take a look at the defense and decide on the baseline what play he's going to run to get the ball in bounds and try to get the ball up court. Back to you guys.
That's a great point, Mike. Good job, Mike. Good reporting there, finding that out, because Adam's going to throw it in here, and if there's one player you trust out there, it is Adam Wing. Round County with the ball to inbound, facing a full-court press. Adam looking. He gets it in on the far side to Cross. Darrell now dribbling back. He's in trouble. Gets it to Townsend at three-quarters court. 20 seconds left to go. DJ is hacked by Cody Withrow, his third foul. So we'll walk to the offensive end and let DJ Townsend shoot 2 free throws. Townsend on the night is 7 of 7 at the free throw line. So that's the guy you want.
Oh, absolutely. And a smart play by Thacker and Wing to team up to inbound that ball. Wing, obviously a D1 caliber quarterback, so he's used to those type of situations, but he's got the height at 6'5" to see over the top of the defense.
Free throw good by DJ Townsend. Makes it a 3-point game, 61-58. Back in for Ashland Blazer.
J.D. Cullip in for Kyle Bush. That gets you another shooter in there. Bush more of a distributor.
21 seconds to go. Vikings by 3. Townsend line right. 67% on the season. 8 of 8 at the charity stripe tonight. And he got the second one. 25 points for Townsend. Ashland to inbound. Round County has 2 defenders up on the press. They get it into Delaney. Delaney to midcourt, picked up by Cross. 15 seconds to go.
Delaney push it.
Delaney on the high right, launches a long 3. It's no good. Rebound Adam Wing for Rowan County. Wing takes it to midcourt, and he's fouled by Corey Gregg. With 8 seconds left to go, the Vikings can taste Rupp Arena.
And Dylan Delaney wanted a foul, but that possession was so disjointed and panicked. You had 20 seconds, you're down 4, you don't need a 3, get a quick 2, and then reset it again. Ashland pushed the panic button, tried to push the issue, and as a result, they got a very poor look.
Line right, Wing gets the free throw. 13 points for Adam Wing. Substitution for Blazer. Bush in, Cullip out. 63-58, Rowan County with a 5-point lead. 8 seconds left to go. Line right, Adam Wing, the junior, right-hand push, got the free throw. Timeout, Rowan County. 8 seconds left to go. They lead Ashland Blazer 64-58. We'll take timeout as well. 8 seconds left to go. Stay with us on the Double X. 64-58, Rowan County closing in on its first 16th Region Championship since 2005. They lead Ashland Blazer by 6, but the Tomcats have the basketball. 8 seconds left to go the full length of the court. Gregg will be the inbound man, and he will be able to run the baseline. Rowan County has 3 defenders up to press. They inbound it to Delaney, three-quarters court. They get it to Bush, to midcourt. Bush to Gregg, 2-pointer, 15-footer. It's off the rim, and it's no good. It's no good. For the first time since 2005, the Rowan County Vikings have captured the 16th Region Championship. They defeat Ashland Blazer tonight 64-58 to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena. Becoming a champion is something so many seek, yet so few are able to attain. Yet tonight the Vikings can call themselves members of that select group. They are champions of the 16th region. And put your sunglasses on, Rowan County fans, because the future is even brighter for this Vikings program. Final score, Rowan County 64, Ashland Blazer 58. We're going to Rupp Arena. 64-58, Rowan County knocks off Ashland Blazer to become the champions of the 16th region tonight at LST Johnson Arena in Moorhead. It's Rowan County's first regional title since 2005. Again, the final score 64-58. Rowan County is headed to Rupp Arena and the Sweet 16. Let's have a look at your final stats. We'll start with Ashland Blazer. They were led in scoring by Corey Gregg with 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting. A nice outing for Corey Gregg, who also grabbed 5 rebounds. 12 points for Chris Johnson, 15 for Dylan Delaney. Cody Withrow finishes with 8, Ryan Wetzel 5, and J.D. Cullip 2. Kyle Bush played but did not score for Ashland Blazer. So again, for the Tomcats, it was Gregg leading the way with 16, Delaney with 15, Johnson 12, Withrow 8, Wetzel 5, and Cullip 2. As a team, the Tomcats shoot 54% from the field on 23 of 43, 33% from three-point land on 4 of 12, and 8 of 10 from the charity stripe, 80% there. And now we'll send it over to the second member of our broadcast crew, Thunder Dan Griffin, for a look at the Viking statistics.
Well, thank you very much, Tanner. Rowan County 27-5 now on the season with at least one more game in hand as they will take on the winner of Davies and Muhlenberg County in the third region, a game that, for all intents and purposes, as far as we know, going on as we speak. DJ Townsend led the way. He had 23 points, 9 of 9 from the foul line to go along with 5 assists. 15 points for Jason Egan, 14 for Adam Wing. He had a double-double on the night with the leading rebounder and 12 boards. 12 for Darrell Cross, and that was your scoring. Only 4 guys in the book for the Vikings. And give the Vikings credit. As hot as they were into that first half, that's how cold they were in the second. Just 30% in the second half, 45% for the game. But as a result, they only, despite shooting just 6 of 20 in the second half, Tanner, they were only outscored 31-30.
An amazing statistic, Dan. And again, the final score, Rowan County 64, Ashland Blazer 58. They've got the trophies out at midcourt to present to both these teams, as well as the all-tournament team. And in what, in our opinion, is a travesty, they don't award the MVP anymore, but there will be a most valuable player named by the Ashland Daily Independent.
Right.
So look on newsstands tomorrow, pick up a copy of the Ashland Independent. Mark Maynard, their longtime sports writer, has collected our ballots from center court to name the MVP.
Well, Tanner, we've got the Stop and Shop MVP still to give away.
We do have the Stop and Shop MVP, and I'll read a couple nominations, and I'll let you pick. I think it's going to be kind of unanimous, but we'll go through the process anyway. I'll nominate DJ Townsend tonight for Rowan County, 23 points and 5 assists, and I'll also nominate Jason Egan, 15 points. He hit 3 3-pointers and grabbed 6 big rebounds. So, Dan, I'll let you name our Stop and Shop MVP.
Stop and Shop located on Highway 519 in Moorhead. Stop by for gas, hot food, live bait, groceries, or snacks, plus so much more. That's Stop and Shop on Highway 519 in Moorhead. I'm going to give it to DJ Townsend. Mainly a 9 of 9 from the foul line, but this kid could have scored 0 points tonight and in a Rowan County victory, and he probably still would have been my MVP because in the time that he was off the floor, now he battled some foul trouble throughout the game, Rowan County just looked out of sorts in the offensive end, and that really kind of fueled, a full court press really fueled what Ashland wanted to do. When DJ came back in the game, there was almost like a sense of calm and order on the Rowan County both offensive and defensive set, and that really kind of goes to his command of the ball, his command of the offense, and how everything runs for him, because this is really, aside from him, the same team that got knocked out in the opening round of the region last year to Fairview. Now here with DJ, bring everybody back, and you're champions.
Oh, I mean, it was absolutely the perfect storm, Dan. DJ coming in, he was absolutely the missing piece that Rowan County needed. The transfer from Somerset leads this team tonight with 23 points. He led this team all season long, and he leads them to a 64-58 victory over Ashland Blazer tonight in the 16th Region Championship game. The Vikings are headed to Rupp Arena for the first time since 2005.
And getting back on DJ Townsend, don't undersell the fact, like you said, he transferred for Somerset. The coach, Sean Thacker, came from Somerset. So it's not like a kid moves in and has to learn a brand new offense. He's coming into a program run by a coach whose system he ran in elementary and junior high and in the early part of his high school career before Sean Thacker and basically Rowan County and Somerset traded head coaches, because Coach Daniels went to Somerset, Thacker comes here, and now you look up and down this roster, you lose a couple of key pieces from this team, but like you said, I mean, the future's so bright you got to wear shades. A lot of this team's coming back next year.
That's true. Rowan County cheerleaders have just won the 16th Region cheer competition. That's the outburst of applause you heard from the enormous Rowan County following behind us here at Johnson Arena. We have yet to hand out any trophies for the actual basketball portion so far, but a congratulations to the Rowan County cheerleaders. 64-58, the final score. Rowan County defeats Ashland Blazer to claim the 16th Region title and move on to Rupp Arena. Rowan County improves to 27-5 on the season, while for the Tomcats, their season ends with a final record of 24-7. And what can you say about Ashland Blazer? Let's talk about them for a minute. I mean, an outstanding season. if you take Rowan County out of the 16th region, Ashland probably runs away with it. No disrespect to Elliott or West Carter, but certainly these were the two best teams in the 16th region, and they showed why tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams have flirted at times with cracking the top 20 across the state, and you could have made a strong case for either of these teams to make a very, very nice showing at the state tournament. Now, let's focus ahead for those, and I know everybody's interested. This week belongs to the girls. Next week will belong to the guys. Now, how about this day for Moorhead? It's very possible we could have at high noon, we'll say Muhlenberg County, the Region 3 champion versus Rowan County at Rupp Arena. Then at 1:45, Moorhead State tips it off.
Oh.
That's going to be a phenomenal weekend for Eastern Kentucky sports. Now, Rowan County will play the Region 3 champion. Going by the Cantrell ratings and the Litgenhouse ratings, those four teams, the two champions, the two finalists of the third region, the two finalists of the 16th region, in the low 80s. They're very comparable. There's not one team that's head and shoulders above the other. The same can be said on the other side of their pod with the 14th and 12th region. So Rowan County is going to match up with three other teams in their little pod, so to speak, of their Thursday, Friday matchups that they match up, at least numbers-wise, very favorably with. They're not running into a Jeffersontown or a Lexington Catholic, somebody that would be, and no disrespect to Rowan County, a quote-unquote upset should they move on. This is a very favorable pod for them to do some damage in this bracket. And that's got to be very exciting for Coach Stromtacker and at least on a more local level, the guy sitting right next to him.
Oh, that's right. We'll get to more of that in a minute, but Rowan County comes out to center court to claim the 16th region trophy. As every member of the team gets a hand on it, they hold it up high. They're swarmed by photographers and riders now. Just a brilliant scene here at LST Johnson Arena. A tremendous crowd brought by both the hometown Rowan County fans and the Ashland Blazer fans. An absolute great atmosphere for high school basketball. Final score, Ashland Blazer falls to Rowan County, 64-58.
Well, we've just been handed the all-tournament team, and let's go through here. It represented each of the four semifinalists and finalists from Lewis County, Cody Riley and Terrence Smith. Certainly two stalwarts and senior leaders on that team. For Elliott County, Timmy Knipp and Jacob Eisen. For Ashland, Chris Johnson, Corey Gregg, and Dylan Delaney, who we can just really speak testament to, just had phenomenal tournament for the Tomcats. And I'll let you break down the Rowan County Vikings, as they certainly are with their fair share of representatives.
Yep, the Vikings placed four members on the all-tournament team: Adam Wing, DJ Townsend, Jason Egan, and Darrell Cross. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Lewis County, and of course, the Cheerleading Award.
And now we have the ceremonial presentation of the tickets to the state tournament, and I believe that is going to either be Roy Wright or the Rowan County principal to come and pick them up.
Yep, they deliver the tickets over. Those are tickets to Rupp Arena, and I'm sure they'll sell out like hotcakes to these eager Rowan County fans. They've got basketball fever. And going back to the point you made a minute ago, Dan, just a whirlwind few days for fans of basketball in the Moorhead and Eastern Kentucky area. On Saturday night, Moorhead State punches its second Ohio Valley Conference Tournament Championship. In the last 3 years, they're headed to the big dance. A lot of excitement there as they beat Tennessee Tech Saturday night to win the Ohio Valley Conference and go back to the NCAA tournament. 2 nights later, fast forward to tonight, Rowan County punches its ticket to the Sweet 16 state tournament at Rupp Arena with this 64-58 victory over Ashland Blazer. It's Rowan County's first regional title since 2005, and I tell you, championships don't happen very often. I mean, I've only been around for 21 years, but it seems like my whole life growing up until recently, Rowan County and Moorhead State, they were always knocking on the door, but they never got over the hump. And to see both these athletic teams reach this level of success in the same season as a broadcaster and as an observer is humbling and gratifying, and it's a privilege just to sit on the sidelines and be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these kids are going to just soak it in for the next little while, but if I'm Coach Thacker, I give them a couple of days to soak this in. Thursday, we get to work. You got a full week then up until your game, and for those interested, and I know you are, the way that the state tournament works is you have 4 games of the opening round on Wednesday. Rowan County is not part of that opening slate of games. They're in the bottom half of the bracket. They are, however, the lid lifter on the Thursday slate of games. That game is the first of the day at high noon. So you can check it right here to the Double X 106.1 that Thursday at right around 11:40, 11:45, as we'll have the tip time for you. And then Friday is the semifinals. The second round. The semifinals are on Saturday morning. Then you've got to turn around and play on Saturday night. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you've got to win for Rowan County. You've got to win 4 games in 3 days. And as a result, I mean, these teams have got their work cut out for them, but certainly that's a good problem to have.
Sure. I mean, the fact is you're playing in Rupp Arena, you're playing in the Sweet 16, and I tell you what, I'm not going to go ahead and predict that Rowan County is going to pull any upsets at Rupp Arena, but I will say if there's one team that could make some noise, kind of an unsung team, it is these Vikings, because they just pose so many matchup problems, and they're not outstanding at one position, but they're very good at all 5 positions.
Exactly. You can't really key in on one guy and shut anybody down. And for inspiration and how to succeed at the tournament level, they need to look no farther than the Rowan County Lady Vikings of last year, who against all odds made it to the Final Four and gave Mercy out of Louisville their toughest game over the course of the Sweet 16. Outside of Rowan County, Mercy wiped the floor with the competition and really had to grind out, save for 1 quarter. Rowan County won that game.
Right. Maybe Sean Thacker should put Scott Tackett on his bench to be an assistant coach just for the state tournament.
Absolutely.
Since he has that kind of experience.
At least have his presence around for the next week or so. Mindset, what you're going to be going through, how to adjust, how to warm up, because I mean, you're going to Blue Heaven. You're going to Rupp Arena, and you have to watch out for the one thing that could be a problem for some of these teams, and that's the awe factor. I mean, you go up in Eastern Kentucky, you're going to be a basketball fan, whether it's Ohio State, whether it's Louisville, but the vast majority of these kids grew up fans of Big Blue and UK, dreaming of playing on that stage. Now, the awe factor, you got to get through the warm-up and just get yourself acclimated to this area, because you take the environment here at Johnson Arena and you times it by about 10.
Right.
And that's what you're going to be walking into at Rupp Arena.
Well, that's a good point, Dan, but the fact is Rowan County, and the bottom line is Rowan County is playing at Rupp Arena, so I'm sure that that's a good problem that they look forward to having, is the butterflies and the jitterbugs as they run out onto K-Woods Court at Rupp Arena. Again, the final score here tonight, Rowan County defeats Ashland Blazers 64-58 in the 16th Region Championship game. Let's take a commercial break and come back with much more in our postgame. We still have to get to our postgame interviews and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to 16th Region coverage on the Double X 106.1. 64-58, Rowan County knocks off Ashland Blazer to claim the 16th Region Championship tonight at LST Johnson Arena in Moorhead. We're still waiting to get some post-game interviews with the players and Rowan County head coach Sean Thacker. We've got our technical assistant Chase Johnson out there trying to wrangle up some players for us now. As you can imagine, all sorts of media here wanting to talk to these players, both from the Ashland Independent and other media outlets. And we're still waiting to get some post-game interviews. Again, the final score, 64-58 in favor of Rowan County. A big win for Big Green tonight as they knock off Ashland Blazer to win their first 16th Region title since 2005. We're going to take a commercial break, or maybe we won't. Nope, we're going to bring in Rowan County assistant basketball coach Andrew Zahari, and more affectionately known as Coach Z. You're the only member of this staff, player, administration to be on the 2005 team that went to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena. How's it feel to be going back?
I'll be honest with you. It's one thing that never gets too old. It's sweet every time you get a chance. Anybody that's grown up in the state of Kentucky and has a passion for UK basketball, it's just mentioning Rupp Arena usually gives us chill bumps. So it's a really sweet, really special thing, but I'm just so happy for the players and the boys.
Well, you guys led by as many as 13 in that game. Red hot shooting the three. Ashland Blazer comes back and takes a 1-point lead. How are they able to get back in it?
Well, that's one thing with Ashland, the style they play and their tempo. I don't think any lead is too big for Ashland to come back. And,
had a great year.
The way they play, they're never out of the game. They play that up-tempo. They get a lot of shots, get a lot of second-chance points, and they're constantly putting pressure on you. They've been in a lot of games this year, high-tempo games where, they've battled for 32 minutes. So to them, it's probably just second nature for them.
But more importantly, you guys are able to get a couple big baskets, withstand their rally, and then end up beating them 64-58. Once they took that 1-point lead, what were the adjustments you guys made to have a good run down the stretch and put it away?
Well, one thing that Coach Thacker went to, and he actually was wanting to go to it earlier, and I actually was holding them back, but we went man-to-man, and Darryl Cross absolutely did a great job. He followed Delaney. He probably could tell me what kind of toothpaste he used this evening. And, you know, we've been more of a zone team. Now, we played some man-to-man against West, and, you know, that last fourth quarter, I thought man-to-man gave him a lot of fits, and then DJ stepped up and made some big free throws for us in the fourth quarter.
Well, now we can start talking about playing at Rupp Arena, the 16th region. Not the greatest draw, but at the same time, a decent chance to be playing on Saturday morning.
Absolutely, and you know, when you get up there, there's 16 teams. They've all won the regional title, and they're there for a reason. But yeah, we did stay opposite of the Louisville and Lexington schools, but you know, Davies and Muhlenberg both. That's who we'd be matched up with out of the third region. They're playing tonight. Muhlenberg's huge and athletic. Davies still ranked number 1 in their region. They're really fast, and you know, Muhlenberg went there last year too. So yeah, it's going to be a tough contest no matter who we go against.
Well, somebody like you, that was a member of the coaching staff of that 05 team. What goes into preparing a team to play in the Sweet 16 in an environment like Rupp Arena? What's the next couple of weeks of practice going to be like?
Well, we're going to give the boys the next couple of days off, and you know, it sounds like an old cliche, but rest, boys getting fluids, and a proper nutrition. You know, a lot of people in the community are going to be real excited, but our boys are going to have to still try to keep a regular routine. You know, when we get down to Lexington, we're going to have to call around, maybe get down to Transy or somewhere to practice in that kind of open environment. But, you know, it's one of those things, the hardest part is just the emotional. We're on such a roller coaster for a lot of teams that this is your prize, but at the same time, you've got to realize that, you know, they give another trophy out there, and, you know, the season's not over yet.
Coach Z, thanks for coming over and filling in for Coach Thacker. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
You know, I just really would like to thank the crowd tonight. Like you said, I was lucky enough to be on the staff in 05. We had a tremendous crowd that night, and I dare say that tonight might have been even better. Saw a lot of people in the crowd that I've not seen, you know, come to a lot of the ball games. But I think, you know, basketball, Morehead's excited. You know, Morehead State just won the OVC tournament, and then, you know, we're fortunate enough to win the 16th regional title. So it's just kind of exciting for the basketball fever to be back in Morehead.
Coach, thanks a lot, and congratulations.
So much.
That's Rowan County Assistant Coach Andrew Zahari. One of the best assistants around. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better assistant coach than that, whether it be scouting or whatnot. Coach Thacker, very high on him. And again, the final score tonight, 64-58. Rowan County defeats Ashland Blazer to win the 16th region title. And we've still got a few players we'd like to talk to in the post-game show. And, of course, we'll hope to get to Rowan County head coach Sean Thacker. As you might imagine, he's a pretty popular man right now. So we've got a couple people trying to wrangle him down. He's, of course, wanting to be talked to by every media outlet here. So we'll take a commercial break and come back with more post-game coverage on the Double X 106.1. Welcome back to LST Johnson Arena on the campus of Morehead State University. The Rowan County Vikings are 16th region champions after defeating Ashland Blazer 64-58. I'm Tanner Hesterberg, and we're joined now by junior Jason Egan. Jason, how's it feel to be headed to Rupp Arena?
It's a pretty good experience, you know. This don't come every day, you know. It's just pretty exciting, emotional to get to go to Rupp and have a chance to go down there and play. And it was just a nice win for us to come out here and get it and accomplish it. There, I grow all season. We just got it.
Well, a good game for you tonight. 15 points, 6 rebounds, and you hit 3 3-pointers. Tell me about your performance.
I was just pleased with it. You know, I knew what we had to do from the beginning. Everybody had to step up and make plays down the stretch. You know, it couldn't just be one person, and then we just come out and knew what we had to do, and sure enough, everybody's pulling together, and we just made plays down the stretch, and that's what was important to our win.
What's it gonna be like over the next couple of weeks in practice, preparing to play in Rupp Arena and hopefully make a run to Saturday morning?
You know, it's just gonna be like any other game. Can't overlook it. Gotta go down there and just play our best. You know, can't give up.
All right, Jason. Thanks, man. Congratulations on being a 16th region champion.
Thank you.
That's Jason Egan, junior swingman for Rowan County. They defeat Ashland Blazer tonight, 64-58 to win the 16th region championship. And we're joined courtside now by one of the seniors on this team, Darryl Cross Jr. Darryl, what a great feeling to be a 16th region champion, huh?
Definitely. This is what we've been striving for the whole year long. So from the beginning of the season, we broke our stuff down on Operation RC. This is Operation Regional Championship. That was our goal, and we did that tonight.
Well, You guys lead by 13 points at one point. Ashland Blazer storms all the way back. They take a 1-point lead. At that point, what were you thinking?
We're thinking that we're a good team. We don't need to worry about what the score is really. At the time, we had plenty of time to play. We fought back from being down a lot. We've won 26 games this season before tonight, so we're a good basketball team. We're not really worried about getting down a point or two because we're good enough shooters, we're good enough players to score 2 and 3 points in just a second. So we're fine. We were just trying to make sure everybody stayed on the same page and we were all right.
Well, think of a guy like you. You've received award after award after accolade in the football side of things, but now you reach the mountaintop in basketball. How does that feel?
It feels great. My dad was always a great athlete and everything, so he always pushed me to be, the best I can at everything I do, no matter what sport that is. So just to come out here and to get around a group of guys that all are striving for the same goal, it's just something that we all love, and that makes us better. That makes all of us better, whether we're a basketball player or a football player. We're just all out there trying to do the same thing and have fun, so that's what we're doing.
We'll talk about what it's going to mean to play at Rupp.
It's going to mean a lot. That's just something that all of us have talked about. We've had dreams about it. I've had dreams about it at night. I've had dreams about it falling asleep in the library at school. It's just a lot of things. A lot of players, a lot of our guys just say that they all have dreams about it. And I think if we're all on the same page and we all play good, that we can go up there and we can win some games up there too. It's not just getting there for us. We want to go up there and compete for a state championship.
Well, D-Rock, go cut a net down, buddy.
Thank you very much.
That's Darryl Cross, one of the seniors of this Rowan County squad. Darryl finishes tonight with 12 points, 4 assists and 2 rebounds, and only turned it over twice in 32 minutes of play as Rowan County beats Ashland Blazers 64-58. And now we're joined courtside by the man, the myth, the legend, the A-Wing, Mr. Adam Wing, who can now call himself a 16th region champion. Adam, how's it feel?
It feels awesome, We knew going into the season that it could be a special season. We knew we had a special team, People thought, late down in the stretch right there, Ashland took the lead. DJ Townsend has an up and under off the backboard, he got it back with an and one. It just shows that he's a warrior, And that's who I want leading this team, As a point guard, he handles the pressure. He does a lot of things that goes unseen. If you're listening, he does a lot of things that doesn't go in the stats. And Corey Hunter played like a man on the board tonight. Jason Egan, tremendous tournament, He's the MVP in my book because that's it. Jason Egan I know. That's Jason Egan I know right there.
You guys really got going in the early part of the game. You hit 2 straight three-pointers in that third quarter, and you guys were red hot beyond the arc all night long. You finished 10 of 21, 44%. I know you guys are a good shooting team, but you're not usually that good. What got into you?
We just came ready to play, Coach Thacker had us well prepared, and we just came ready to play.
Awesome. Well, I'll ask the same question to you that I asked to Darryl. You guys have both racked up the trophies and awards your whole life on the gridiron when it comes to football, but now you've scaled the mountain and become a 16th region champion in basketball. How does that feel?
Awesome. As a kid, it's what going to the state tournament, I'm watching, I'm like, man, one day we'll be there, And, we knew that coming. I just told DJ all week, I said, hey, man, get that championship game. All I wanted a chance to win, I wanted a chance to win, and we seized the opportunity.
We'll talk about what the next couple of weeks is going to be like as you prepare for the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena.
It's going to be even harder than what this week was, It's not really more physical. It's more the mental, trying to stay focused night in and night out, Every practice has to be focused. We can't go out and, start partying because we won the 16th region. We got to stay humble. And, take whoever team wants to come out of the third region, we just got to play it like it's our last game because it is our last game, Win or go home now.
Adam, congratulations on a great season, on being a 16th region champion, and best of luck at the Sweet 16.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Rowan County Junior Adam Wing. He finishes tonight with a good stat line, 14 points and 12 rebounds, including 2 of 4 from three-point land. And now we're going to pass the headset off to one of the seniors on this year's team. It's guaranteed now that he'll go out in style. It's Corey Hunter, the caveman, as he's become affectionately known on our broadcast, the best beard in the 16th region, and now on the all-tournament team and a 16th region champion. Corey, congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Well, it just feels phenomenal. I didn't think we would ever go this far. I thought we were going to definitely. I was so nervous the first round against West Carter. I just didn't know what was going to happen. And we won it. I just don't know how I'm feeling right now. I'm just everywhere right now.
Ashland got back into the game. You guys were up by 11, and they clawed all the way back to take a 1-point lead. How'd they get back in it?
They were playing phenomenal defense, as you can tell. I didn't have a single point on the offensive glass, and they kept me off the glass, and I just couldn't get into my game. My normal stroke was out of it. I just couldn't play.
Well, part of that, too, can be attributed to the play of their big guys, Corey Gregg and Chris Johnson. They were pretty fantastic down low, weren't they?
Yeah, they were tough to handle.
But go ahead, excuse me.
They were boxing out really, really well, and they were just double-teaming me every time they could get a chance.
More importantly, though, you let them back in the game, and you think, okay, that you can kind of hang your head, but you guys didn't. You fight hard, you get back in it, and you end up winning 64-58. Talk about some of the plays you guys had to make down the stretch to seal the victory.
Well, they basically knew every single play that we had, except for 2 or 3 of the plays that our coaches, came up with out on the bench. I can't really talk about those.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, they were basically calling out every single play that we were calling. That we'd say Boston, Boston. They'd say, yeah, Boston. We know Boston, and they just disrupt the play and just take us out of the game.
Well, you're playing at Rupp Arena now in the Sweet 16 a couple of weeks from now. Talk about the preparation that is going to be built into the next couple of weeks.
Well, we got to take it easy. I'm dealing with some elbow injuries, something wrong with my elbow. I just got to take it easy, and we all got to get better and practice harder because state's not going to be a piece of cake. We got to go over there just energized and just ready to go. We got to take state.
All right, no tennis for you for a couple of weeks.
No.
Well, watch that elbow. Corey, congratulations on being a 16th region champion.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Corey. That's Rowan County Senior Center Corey Hunter. He finishes tonight, doesn't score, but he grabs 3 big rebounds, doesn't turn it over, and gets a block in 23 minutes of play. He was a solid force in the post down low for the Vikings, and he was a big factor in their 64-58 win tonight in the 16th Region Championship game over Ashland Blazer. Our pregame, or postgame coverage, I should say, rolls on when we continue after this commercial break on the Double X 106.1. Welcome back courtside at LST Johnson Arena. The Rowan County Vikings are the 2010-2011 16th Region Basketball Champions on the boys' side. They defeat Ashland Blazer tonight 64-58. Coach Sean Thacker just cut the net down in the left end zone, and as soon as he gets done shaking a few hands and politicking, he's going to be over here courtside for his post-game interview.
And here he comes now, but first and foremost, congratulations. We can't say this enough to Ashland Blazer. Just an absolutely, like you said, phenomenal year. 25 victories on the season. In any other year, this would have been their time. But, again, congratulations to Rowan County. It's a shame that only one team can represent a certain region. And a lot of times during the region tournaments, a lot of good teams get sent packing home. Ashland Blazer just happens to fall into that not so good company.
Right.
I'll let you talk to DJ Townsend and the coach. Those are the interviews you wanted to line up, and
exactly.
we deliver.
We got the man of the hour, DJ Townsend, over here now. We had to wrestle him away from all the other media outlets here, but he knows where the bread is buttered. He knows the most important interview he's going to do tonight is right here on the Double X. DJ, you're a 16th region champion. You played marvelously out there. How's it feel to be headed to Rupp?
It was amazing just to get the region championship done, and then going to Rupp is a dream come true, and just feels awesome.
Right. And you guys came out hot out of the gate from three-point land. You ended up shooting 10 of 21 on the night, and especially in that first half, you guys just couldn't miss from deep. What was going on?
Jason Egan, Adam Wing, and Daryl Cross came out, and when I drove the lane, they knocked down open looks, which helped us spark us in the first half, which helped a lot. And I just want to give all the credit to them in the first half. They played amazing from the three-point line.
Talk about how you guys responded when Ashland took a one-point lead.
I think we responded good. We just kept calm and stopped and just kept playing our game. And we knew that they were going to make runs, so we just knew that we had to withstand them and just stay with them if they made a big one and keep that lead. And we did a good job of that.
Well, you transferred to Rowan County, and I know one of your goals was to take this team to Rupp Arena. And now that you've done it, you guys are headed for Lexington. You look back on it, goal accomplished. That's got to be a satisfying feeling.
Awesome. Just feels awesome. I don't even know what other word to explain it.
Talk about the next couple of weeks and what's going to go into playing on a big stage. Certainly this was a big stage here at Johnson Arena at Morehead State University, but magnify that now by 2 or 3 times as you head to Rupp Arena and play in front of what may be 20,000 fans. Well, what's going to go into the preparation for that?
Well, this one's big, but and we'll celebrate for it for a little bit, but we can't be satisfied. And going the rough, we know that we have a new task on our mind, and hopefully we can win 3 or 4 games on there. So we got to be prepared in practice and know who we're playing and just have the right mindset like we have been the last 12 games or so. So hopefully we can make it on this state tournament.
DJ, thanks for coming over and spending some time with us. Congratulations, my man. That's Rowan County junior point guard DJ Townsend. He leads his team to victory tonight. He finishes with 23 points and 5 assists and hits some big free throws down the stretch to help Rowan County really salt this game away. Again, the final score, the Vikings 64 and the Ashland Blazer Tomcats 58. Rowan County is headed to Rupp Arena as 16th region champions for the first time since 2005. We're going to take another commercial break and come back with Rowan County head coach Sean Thacker on the Double X 106.1. Welcome back to Johnson Arena. Rowan County, 16th region champions after knocking off Ashland Blazer 64-58. And we're joined courtside now by an exasperated Coach Sean Thacker, not from coaching, but from doing post-game interviews. Your actual quote to me moments ago, you media guys are killing us. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're wearing me out. I mean, that's most interviews I've ever done after a game in my life. I got to sit down.
All right, we'll get you a seat there.
I'm tired.
That's a well-deserved seat. You go to Rupp Arena as a regional champion for the first time in your career. How does it feel?
Words can't describe how good it feels. But I thought the thing that I was looking forward to if this happened today was, Tyler. He's always went to the gym with me from the day that he could, and he wanted to be there. He always wanted to go with his daddy and wear his jerseys. And today for us to fulfill a dream together and him be a part of this team, the first one that I get to take to a Sweet 16. It was just a special moment for me, and personally. But I'm proud of all our kids. I thought, man, we've been so mentally tough that I just knew our kids would find a way. I knew we would find a way. I don't call time out there because I believe in our kids, and I believe that they will right the ship. And they'll find a way to get it done. I thought Adam Wing and DJ's leadership was huge all year long. I thought DJ, we just put the ball in his hands down the stretch and say, go make plays. Just go make plays for us. Get the ball where it needs to go. Go get your fines. And, I thought our role players did a tremendous job of stepping up to the plate. I thought Corey Hunter had a tremendous tournament, Jason Egan and Darryl Cross. When they started talking all the time, I said, my team.
Put them all out there.
They're all deserving. I thought our bench played, especially in the first half, played well. Tyler struggled a little bit there in the second half when we tried to get DJ out and protect his foul trouble. But other than that, I was really pleased with the way we played overall. I just thought DJ's foul trouble took away a little of our defensive intensity.
Sure.
Some of the things that he would go do for us, digging out balls out on the post and all that stuff, I thought that was taken away just a little bit. But, I can't say how proud I am of these kids and, how mentally tough they are.
Let's talk about the game just a little bit. You guys, red hot, you come out shooting strong from three-point range, and you finish 10 of 21 for 48%. What was going on out there?
Well, we've shot it pretty good out there most of the year. I mean, we haven't had a game where you could look at it and say, golly, we just shot the ball horrible from the perimeter. We just haven't shot a lot of them, because we've been able to score in the paint, and we've been able to get drives down the lane. And, I thought those things were huge. And, tonight we knew they would try to take some of that stuff away, and we told Jason Egan that if he got on the backboard early and defense and rebound, your offense would feed off of it. And sure enough, man, he got hot. And I'm telling you, the one thing these kids have been good doing, when he gets hot, they go find him. They go get him the basketball. So I thought, he stretched the defense out for us.
One thing I want to ask you about, Ashland was really able to, I don't want to say outwork you guys down low, but they got so many open looks under the basket with Greg and with Johnson. They outscore you in the paint 26-8, but
Yeah.
You're able to win despite that. What does that say about your team?
Well, they pass the ball so well. And then they got three-point shooters like Delaney, so they stretch out. I'm telling you, they're one of the hardest teams we've tried to guard all year as far as trying to figure out a solution on how to stop them. Because if you take one thing away, then you're giving up another. So, we kind of took away the three-point threat. We didn't want we were trying not to let Delaney beat us. You know, and then we felt like that we could try to, you know, make Greg work hard to try to get his, but you know, we just felt like if we could make Delaney have to work hard to get his looks, that we could do a good enough job on the rest of them. And I thought our man-to-man defense down the stretch, I thought when we went to it kind of stopped the bleeding, and then you know, one time DJ let them drive down to the basket and said, "You got to play, son. You got to play. They're going to let you play. They're going to let you guard them." So, you know, when after that, then he stepped up and he got the ball stopped, and I thought Darryl did a great job on Delaney down the stretch.
Well, you head to Rupp Arena now, and I don't want to call it a favorable draw because there's no such thing as a favorable draw when you get to the Sweet 16. But you guys have a decent shot of making it to Saturday morning if you can string together a couple of victories. So talk about what the next couple of weeks of practice is going to be like leading up to running out onto the court at Rupp Arena.
Well, we'll probably take a couple of days off. It's been a long, hard ride, and district tournament into the regional tournament, and really no day off. Friday you play, you draw Saturday. We came back into the gym on Saturday afternoon. It was light, but we came in. So our kids haven't really had a day off. So I think we'll take a day just to celebrate and just to enjoy the feeling. And you know, and we may take 2 days off and then come back and start trying to prepare and get ready. So we got a gutsy group of kids, and you know, it'll be a tough challenge. If Muhlenberg County wins it, I reckon they're huge. I don't know much about Davies County, but I'll go to work tomorrow. They can enjoy.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for coaching this team to Rupp Arena, because from a broadcaster's perspective, it's always fun to go up there and broadcast as well. So appreciate that. Appreciate you coming over and spending time with me. I know I'm probably your 10th interview tonight. I'm just guessing. 10?
It's been a few, but you know, I know it'll be a good experience for you. You get to do something your dad got to do, and you know, you get, you know, kind of
I love staying in his shadow. That's awesome.
Kind of like with me and Tyler tonight. You know, that gives you a chance to follow in his footsteps a little bit, and you get to put that feather. You get to add that one to that straw to the pile. So you know, you do a great job. We appreciate all the sponsors. What a great crowd here tonight.
Oh yeah,
Viking Nation will. We'll load the bandwagons up. Nobody robbed the banks while we're gone. But I got a feeling that we'll take a tremendous crowd.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Rowan County head coach Sean Thacker. His Vikings are headed to Rupp Arena as 16th region champions for the first time since 2005. Again, the final score here tonight is Rowan County 64 and Ashland Blazer 58. I'd like to send a special thank you to our technical assistant, Chase Johnson, and our courtside reporter, Mike Williams, as well as my color analyst for this evening, Thunder Dan Griffin. Rowan County will play in a couple of weeks at the Sweet 16 state tournament at Rupp Arena. They have the noon Thursday game in the first session, so they'll kick off Sweet 16 play against whoever wins the third region, Davies and Muhlenberg County. That game's probably over by now, but we don't have a final score on that. So Rowan County will play that winner that Thursday. That's in a couple of Thursdays at noon at the Sweet 16 in Lexington in the opening round of the state tournament. Again, the final score here tonight, Rowan County 64, Ashland Blazer 58. Celebrate Rowan County. Your Vikings are 16th region champions. Until next time, this is Tanner Hesterberg reminding you to keep living the dream. So long, everybody, from the Double X 106.1.
Thanks for listening to Rowan County Basketball on the Double X 106.1. Join Tanner Hesterberg next time for more exciting Rowan County basketball action on your home for Viking sports,